Herpy fully loaded. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Whimsical School Bus, the most unprofessional D&D podcast you will ever hear. I, of course, am your DM, Calvin Piper, and these fine folk play the game of D&D with me. Tonight, as we go around the room and introduce ourselves, if you had a horse that raced in the Kentucky Derby, what would you name it? And Drew, feel free to take any of these and bestow it upon your soon-coming child.
Okay. Done. I mean, I'm going to. I have to legally now, right?
Put all of every single one.
Oh, each of them.
And yeah.
Okay. Well, someone write them down, cause
mine would be. Mine would be notes. As it were, or actually as it were. So
easy
W
were.
like
easy were.
Yeah. So like all one word, and
easy
it's like
were.
easy were. So that would be the name of my horse.
Is it specifically you have to like pronounce it like that?
That would be well. So people would call it like as it were or whatever. But like if people asked me, it was like your horse won the Kentucky Derby. It's like, oh, you know, as it were is a great horse. Just love the trainers and everything. Like I'd make it to where that's the obvious way to say it. And then I'd look at the camera because I knew Will would be watching and be like, "This is on you."
You did say it all the time.
He did all the time.
It's a real tough prompt, Cal.
We just talked about how horses can be named anything.
Fine, naysayer.
Perfect. You want to go ahead and do your name and everything else? Or you
Sounds kind of cool.
I changed my mind. My name is Michelle, and I play Nell Webb, the little forest gnome bard. And I would name my horse Kestis Thimbleweed.
Yeah, you would.
Nice.
Is that a reference to something?
Nice.
Nothing that you know about.
Welcome to the show, Matt.
Hey.
What's up? I'm Zach. I play Michelle's horse. I play Kestis Thimbleweed. He's a centaur druid cleric because we've all multi-classed recently.
Actually, only two of you, but
it felt like we were all
it felt
going
like
to
a lot of people, but it's only two.
I was just kind of like exploring some actual like Kentucky Derby horse names.
Go
like,
for it. Why not?
I mean, it's so tough to beat Mystic Dan, you guys. Like that's such a good. It's because it's
Dan?
also spelled Mystik, Mystic.
Like
Mystic Dan. But I like that there's a Forever Young the horse, and we just like name our horse after like an 80s anthem. So mine might just be Your Love the horse.
Nice.
But it's Your Love, the horse.
The horse.
Is the name of the horse.
Of course. Yeah. I love it.
Forever Young or
No, your love.
the outfield.
Very nice.
I didn't mean that for that to go with that. Legitimate question.
Or the outfield the horse. I feel like we could work with too.
Yeah.
Anyone else could feel free to jump in, or I'm going to start picking them.
My name's Matty B, and I play a fun little crazy Harangon named Wyatt Masterson. He's a rogue. If it's a race horse, I'm gonna just name it He, because I think it'd be funny to hear the announcer if it was like they're all named like he, she, they. So it's like he's thundering past she. We've got they coming in hard on the outside.
Now I want to name the horse like that one horse. That one horse is coming around the corner. That one horse is coming up all the way.
Yes.
What's its
It'd
name?
just be funny.
That's funny.
He's rapidly approaching from behind that one horse.
It's the worst announcer ever.
Classic.
What if you can take naysayer?
Yeah, hey everybody, this is Drew. I play Connie, Constance, Connie the Reach, Connie the Rocket, Connie the Rapper.
Connie the Rascal.
Connie the Convict.
Connie the Rascal. Connie the Convict. Connie the former con.
Connie the Con.
Connie the Con.
That's
There
a-
it is.
that's a good
his
one.
new one. And that's very threatening. Very intimidating. And I feel a lot of pressure because I, do this podcast with some very talented, quick-witted people who've come up with a lot of really cool names. I don't even feel like I have it in me to give you a horse name.
That's gonna be a lot of space on the betting slip.
What about-
That's a long name.
I don't have it in me.
Oh, that's so good. See, this is why
That's
you pay her
horse
so
name
much.
material.
That's
yeah.
true. That's why I pay to keep
I
it
just don't
around.
have it
I
in
just
me.
don't have it in me. That's good.
I like that one. And then there were two.
My name is Matt. I play Zook Magoop, male turtle wizard 8 level 8. And I was at a trivia night the other night, and Monty Python Search for the Holy Grail came up. The only thing I think of is coconut.
Oh, that's
Nothing
good.
wrong with
Yeah.
that.
Real
Nothing wrong with that. I
coconut.
like that one. Coconut's a good one.
Galloping coconut.
Yeah.
Coconut is very
I like
good.
that.
Or just coconut.
Well, hi, I'm Will. I play Ruza, the lizard folk fighter.
What?
What? Wait, you already know that. I already we debuted this guy.
forgot.
It's
dude.
been
Oh.
2
Yeah.
weeks.
My bad.
It's been a minute, yeah.
And I'm just gonna say a name that I thought was cool that I saw on the horse generator over here, and that was Apollo. The horse generator is kind of
Not a name generator.
That's like
Horse generator as the name of
that
your
is
horse is
definitely
really good.
a male horse that you put a lot
That's a
of hopes
stud.
on.
That's your stud horse.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
good old horse generator.
The Kentucky Derby might give me
And what's nice is that-
$500,000, but this horse is gonna make me a millionaire.
As you like have more horses, you can just start naming it Apollo 2, Apollo 3, Apollo 4. So you know,
Apollo the horse generator. Apollo 1, the horse generator.
and none of these are wrong. So, all right. Well, with all of us at the starting gate, we're
Do we
gonna go
now
ahead.
own thoroughbred horses?
Good.
Did we just speak them into existence?
I hope so. I hope if anybody has thoroughbreds that they don't want,
We're
that-
gonna need some more Patreon subscribers.
a
For that,
lot
I
more
think.
before we get to that. A lot
Hate
more before we
costs
get
a
to
lot,
that.
guys.
But all right.
Hate
Well,
costs a lot.
Yeah.
Hate?
Hey.
we're gonna start episode 38 of the Wild Magic School Bus, and they're off.
Thundering down the
Think about it. Hate does cost a
love
lot.
Oh, right even. So the last time we were here, our adventurers had survived a harrowing journey out of the maximum security prison called the Void into the oceans of Talrun Mall. With no direction and no course of action, the party began to swim and move through the sea thanks to some very well-placed spells. Were able to cover a little bit of a distance before, after a few days, they reached the surface and came across a pirate ship that came out of nowhere, as fate would have it. The captain of the ship, a lizard folk called Ruza, and his motley crew brought the party in and decided to recruit them on a temporary mission. A mission to reclaim, I think is the word he used, his property. I was thinking it was a word that he used, from another pirate. And so this harrowing adventure began and pretty rapidly was wrapped up because the other pirate didn't offer much resistance.
Couldn't offer much resistance.
Yeah, that's whatever helps you sleep at night. But nevertheless, the party grabbed as much as they could, got back on their ship, and then it was a little vague at the end. Did you kill all of them? Did you set the ship aflame? We never really figured out what
No.
We
the-
set it on
crippled
fire, but
it.
then we like released them from their bondage
yeah.
so that they
weren't
could
tied
get back
up.
out.
so that
And-
they,
but they
could
could
not die. Okay,
They had
that's
at
fair.
least one
That's fair.
waterbender
All right.
on that ship.
Yeah.
At least one.
No.
But that is where we find ourselves tonight, with everybody sailing off. It's been probably probably end of the day, beginning of the next day after the raid on the Fancy Dancer, and you guys are free to do what you want. The world has now become your oyster. You have a ship, and you don't have a destination. So that
Wait, we have a ship?
Well,
But
it's
you
mine.
are on you are on Ruza's
Oh.
ship.
Yeah, I was
The
like,
flying
we
the flying
stole
serpent,
this
crying serpent,
It's the serpent's cry.
serpent's cry. That's a peacock. But yeah, so you guys
peacock.
are free to do what you want. But the question is, what are you gonna do?
So I was thinking a lot about this. Wouldn't it be cool, and actually, I don't know, it could actually already exist, if there was like a long sea voyage part of Baldur's Gate 3?
There's not in Baldur's Gate. Spoiler alert.
We could do that here, though, if you wanted.
If you want to live that out in another way,
That's a great idea.
You know, it's kind of like D&D.
Wyatt wants to have an idea right now, but he won't say it because he's feeling a little bit insecure and like nobody will take him serious because between the water and the wind, he actually looks more like a fluffy bunny right now than he does actually like a scraggly
he looks
rabbit.
adorable.
Yeah. just walking around just puffy.
Does he still have the one weird eye? On one?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I like it. Insight check. I want to see if Connie notices that his arch nemesis / his frenemy is
What's
looking
he
like
up
he's
to?
got a thought. 21.
Yeah, sure. I don't know how these are supposed to work, but sure.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Wyatt, you look like you've been thinking. You look like you got some smart ideas you want to spill.
No.
Hey, you look cute.
Damn it.
Come on, little guy.
I mean, I will say it. I am really feeling soft at the moment.
That was your whole idea? That you're soft?
Yeah, kind of. I'm not really feeling super
fast is this
confident right now.
Probably 10 or 15 knots right now.
No. Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, try not to look like you got something smart to say. And cute at the same time, because it's kind of irresistible.
Why, if you wanted, we can maybe trim you down. You can, like topiaries.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they have, like...
I'm down with that as long as you don't give me one of those fluffy butt tails. I hate them little circle bunny tails. They look ridiculous.
Scouts on, I would never. Never.
And you know,
He's just gonna let
he
Nell
can't
turn her
his head all
down,
the way
knowing good and
around
well
to
that he's
see
probably
that.
gonna get a fluffy bunny butt tail.
I want topiaries. I want him to look like a Digimon afterwards with like, what's this weird arm
There's
bulge?
no
Like those
mirrors.
awful poodles.
Yeah, awful poodle. Can I?
Make a performance check.
Yeah, let's
So you're gonna
do
make
it.
my arms look like fluffy.
Yeah, with a 24, I think I might.
All right.
Gosh.
Yeah, you and the unheard servant spend a little while, and by the time you're done, you have turned him into roughly a cross between a Digimon and something from the Fey realm. So like a whimsical demon.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and I'm gonna give him a fade too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Good lord.
What is this thing? What is this thing? Oh, absolutely, yeah. The
it's
one with guns for hands.
And
Yeah,
a
that's
fade.
I
100%.
feel I don't always like advocate for this, but I feel like maybe I need to take at least a little bit of like psyche damage or charisma damage because I'm not feeling confident at all.
Make
right
a
now.
wisdom saving throw for me.
I can hit you with a vicious mockery real quick.
Just really
Make it feel worse.
drive it in. Oh lord.
You said charisma,
Wisdom.
wisdom.
Oh, you're pretty good at it. See how that goes.
12.
You've
It's just a haircut.
it's a haircut. You know that after a while, after a couple weeks, it kind of grows in a little more. But you're like, it's not bad.
Just trying to like tape the guns to your hand.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I put on clothes that actually fit my body, but the fur is just like poofing out. The end.
Now all of your sleeves are cuffed in fur.
Well, when we get someplace where we can shop a little more, maybe we can get a better pair of thinning shears and you won't look quite so bulky everywhere. Vicious mockery.
I'm concerned then that if I buy some bigger clothes when I stop getting fluffy, then all of a sudden it's going to look like I'm in a
You
A
know,
pot-
Can you make
Potato
a wisdom
sack.
saving throw?
wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
and you
one-
could
If you
just
want to
put,
take damage on this, we could do it.
you could just put salt water in your hair every day to get it to puff up like
That's
that.
20.
No, you take 2
23.
points.
2 points?
Yeah, psychic damage.
Okay.
Did Rusa and the crew take all of the stuff that we got off the other ship and like secret it away somewhere?
Oh yeah, it's just down below.
Is that Are you gonna be bothered if I go sort of poke through it?
Oh yeah, what's our cut? So
I'm
we
not
know how
opposed.
little to take.
Well, I need to sort through it and see, how much there is, so I then know, like, generally how much I need to give you all.
I could use a couple of finesse weapons, a couple of ranged weapons.
How about this? I will let you all do a quick run through of all of the things that are down there. You cannot take any currency. No currency. No gems. Nothing like that. But if there is something that piques your interest, you may take one item.
One?
One. I mean, I don't know how many things are down there. So maybe, I want it to be fair. I don't want, someone to go down there first and find like 2 or 3 items and then no one else find anything.
Oh, of course. Yeah,
We'll call
no one
it-
should go down there
we'll call
first
it
and
one.
take more items than anyone else, of course.
We'll start with 1 and see where it goes from there. How about that?
That sounds great.
I think
I'm
that's...
also giving you fair voyage to wherever you need to go from this point on, because I'm kind of free at this moment.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, well,
Well, you do have to go back to the docks and drop off all this stuff, but then after that, you'll.
Yeah, did you
it's
have,
mostly free?
Mostly free.
Was there a port that you were headed to? I'm assuming you're down there looking for stuff at the moment.
I'm down there casting detect magic and,
Cool.
and poking around through things.
Gonna make me pull out my map so I can figure out where you're at.
Well,
I mean, I don't
I'm
got
wondering
that.
if you were going to like the Emerald Vale where our friend here is from, or if you were going to the mainland.
I'm
over there by
thinking. Let me talk to my navigator real quick.
You are.
Good.
Yeah, boss, we're about a day's. We're about a day's travel outside of Gaabanuvah. If we need to.
Oh.
If we need
Gabagoo?
to- Gaabanuvah.
Oh, yeah,
sorry,
okay.
He had a
Okay.
dish called gabagool at my mom's place.
That was
I
good
don't know nothing about
gabagool.
that.
Wait, what's
but,
I've never like talked trash about my mom before. What's something good I could say after I say my ma? I can say like,
Oh,
may
she's a
she
bitch.
rot in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't even appreciate a good shawl when it hit her. So.
bitch.
Shawlless bitch.
Shawlless
If
bitch.
I ever get a hold of it.
You know my ma, that shawlish bitch.
I have no idea who it is. So anyhow, boss,
such rich people
we're about a
making fun
day's
of each other
ride
kind of
outside of
behavior.
Gaabanuvah, and we could probably
Doesn't have a
offload there,
shawl.
and then beyond that,
Hey, give the kid a
open
shawl.
the
He's
open to
he's
go. We'll have everything
butthurt.
paid off at that point.
No, I don't want.
That sounds
I don't want.
Nah,
perfect to
you,
me,
we can
actually.
tell you
So
what
let's
to
head in that
sell.
way.
She's old, right?
I
I'd like to
can't
go there.
rest.
My old magic school is there, so
Gaabanuvah?
Vest
No.
very easily. You just wrap it
Institute
around
for
here and
Magics.
tie it in the back vest.
Interesting. So maybe we might be stopping there for a little longer then.
okay.
Where?
Gaabanuvah,
All right.
days out.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, it's really close to my village, and
Ooh, maybe you stop over there for a while. We go to his village, check things out. Say
Sounds
hi to
fine
his
to me.
family.
We have a few things that we need to pay off back here, and so that actually works out perfectly.
Excellent.
Zook, will we also get to meet your wife and child?
I mean, I hope so. I'm a little concerned because the Ark wasn't really allowed to travel home much, and kind of lost concept of time, and I feel like we've been gone for a while, so don't know if they've been keeping tabs on my family or anything. If they see me back home, might get in trouble. A little concerned about that.
Well, you know who the Ark wouldn't know. Ruza.
What is this?
Yeah, I'm confused too.
Well, I'm just saying.
I see what she's
if we go there, maybe we could send him up ahead.
We'll scout it out a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Or if we had someone who was really good at making disguises, we could just disguise ourselves.
You're right.
Oh, that's
You
true.
can do
You're
pass
absolutely
without
right.
a
I'm
trace.
perfect to disguise myself. And cast alter self.
What does his alter self
Exactly.
look like?
What?
What does his alter self look like?
He
I know.
He makes himself look like a quintessential Blackbeard.
Okay.
I will say, I would like wherever we go. I feel like it's probably best. Maybe we're still kind of in some rags, and I got nothing.
We could use sort of a makeover.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
well,
Gaabanuvah's got plenty of shops.
I mean,
That would work.
unless you got a bunch of money in that shell of yours, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do about purchasing said stuff.
Well, maybe we leave the captain to decide exactly how much of the spoils of our previous adventure is to be divided out amongst a hardworking strike force.
Depending on how much I have left after paying off some things, we will be set in stone. And who knows? Maybe you'll get an extra, maybe a little bump up, depending on how things go.
A bonus. That's good, because Connie's been fighting nip slips for months now, and we really need to get him a top that fits him a little better.
Oh, you thought that was on accident?
I assume.
Okay, it was on accident.
I'm gonna go
No
down.
more nip slips.
I'm gonna go to the hold and just taking a look around, Captain.
Yep.
Don't mind me. Just as per the terms of our agreement, and I'm gonna cast detect magic. I'm gonna see if there's
Okay.
anything anything that glows down there.
Go ahead and make a investigation check with advantage because you are casting detect magic.
Deal. Terrible at investigation. That was very bad. That was also pretty bad. But what if I did this too? Still quite bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 16. We're at a 16.
That's not fine. With a
With
16,
a single neck for it.
with a 16, you begin to look around.
Sphinx guarding it or anything.
The
Not that I can
the
tell
investigation
it's a
check is
16.
more to kind of ascertain what you're looking what it's kind of getting an overall feel of everything. It's not like to find a specific thing, but as you're looking around, as you are down there, you start to look at all the stuff that was pulled from the other ship. Most of it is cargo, like clothes, food, fineries, like dishes, like things that a rich and you know this very well. Things that a rich person would have in their house. There's not a lot of, there's very few weapons. There's a small crate with a couple crossbows and a few cutlasses in it. They're not magical, but it looks just like a bunch of rich guys stuff, which is weird because you're like, it's a pirate ship. Shouldn't there be a bunch of gold and jewel? Not really.
Just some stuff.
It's just
nothing pings as magical.
No magic.
You robbed a
There's no-
cruise ship.
I mean, somebody.
I don't know about that one.
I poke my head up and I say, it looks sort of like someone was moving more than anything else.
Pirates do that from time to time, I'd say.
Do
You know,
they?
different sides of the sea, yeah. They want to go to a different area.
And so they pack up all of their belongings and they move them into. I mean, I don't know a lot about pirates, so I have no reason to discredit that statement. Sorry, I just was curious. I'm just gonna pop back down here and try to find something interesting.
And Connie would like to make another insight check. His second of the night.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
13.
You want to go ahead and roll?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
That was a lot.
What'd you roll?
I'm doing math.
I don't want you to
14.
do math.
14.
Oh,
Yeah, you beat it.
what? You know what?
How did
I've got an.
That's not how that works. You can't. He's already rolled. You can't. You have to add it before that.
what exactly about this haul is it that you wanted?
Oh, we just need to sell it.
Sort of a you'd rather them not have it than you have it.
Well, it's like pirate things, you know.
You know what this
it's
reminds
pirate
me?
stuff.
You know what this reminds me of?
I'm
Okay,
gonna go
listen.
find a cool toy or something.
My cousin Freddie, okay, right? He had a roommate one time. That roommate was kind of a jerk. One day he just kind of leaves without telling him anything. And my cousin Freddie was a little upset because the rent hadn't been paid that month. So my cousin Freddie got a few of us together and we went over and we took the amount of valuables that would have equaled that lost rent. This is what this kind of feels like to me. Does that feel?
It's
That shaking
practically
anything loose in there?
identical to what has happened.
Okay.
What
That's
kind
wild.
What kind of trouble did you get yourself into? You gotta get
I
paid
wouldn't
off.
say that
Come on.
I have gotten myself into trouble. I think it was more of that fellow that had gotten himself into trouble.
Hey,
if it was
buddy,
the same
we just
guy
came
with the
from the
roommate?
Was that
void.
Freddy?
We just came from the void, and that's pretty much everybody's response is, we didn't do it. I'm calling bull hockey on that.
Hey,
We actually didn't.
come on. You can tell us. We all like a good story. Tell it. Just fess up. Tell
Here-
us what's going on.
Here's the thing, yeah. If
Look,
if
I
we're gonna
have
be with you,
already-
your trouble's our trouble. So we're just trying to get a good lens on this.
I have already told you my story. We were gambling.
Make a persuasion
He cheated me out of some money during this little fun that was supposed to be a nice little fun evening at the bar. Turned into not so fun for me and my crew, and so we decided to take back what we thought was rightfully ours, because a cheater should never win.
Oh.
Can I make it?
So we went back and we
point.
Can I make it?
destroyed their ship.
Can I make an insight check to see
Yes.
whether this story is seeming true or not, or whether he's the cheater?
Yes.
That'd
That'd be a 27.
He's a pirate, you know.
I'd say it's not that.
Try as you might.
Yeah.
You say
Not a 27 is that?
No, it's not a 27.
Okay.
So.
He is. You don't know Ruza, but with a 27 insight, he's not telling you the truth, but he is such a practiced liar that you doubt that he would even tell you the truth if it were brought up to him. Of like, you're lying, he'd be like, am I? It's almost as if he believes his own lie, in order to make himself not feel better, but to live his life the way he has for so long. Of like, yeah, this guy owed me money, so I took all his stuff. Maybe that's not 100% true, but to him, he would believe it. So, but yeah, it's just one of those things of like, he's a pirate. They're not honest. They're not good people.
Big, Connie,
Yeah.
just so you're aware, so I'm still not on the up and up of this guy, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to get anything out of him because he's been lying so long that I think he just kind of believes his own garbage.
Well, why would a pirate lie? Like,
Man,
you're like a
I mean,
pirate.
that's kind of what they do,
No, they steal.
but they'll lie to steal too.
But if you're like, hey, I'm a pirate, isn't it like, yeah, so you steal things. Why would you lie about stealing things? Why is it just, well, pirate is a good enough answer for me.
I mean, I guess it
That's
is
like
kinda,
Connie. Connie's not, or Connie, what's your name? Kestis.
It's Castes.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
Kestis
it
is a
is.
thief. He's not like, I stole that thing because he took it from me, or he called my mom a bad name. He stole the thing because he's a thief.
I mean, I guess if you're trying to be a well-known pirate, not owning up to what you've been doing really doesn't get you a big name out
I
there.
don't know. I guess it takes all kinds, really. So he's a pirate that lies about stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying pirates can't lie, Kestis, who thinks it's a ridiculous thing to say.
It's at that moment that Kestis comes walking back up the stairs, I assume, with like a pair of sort of fancy glasses and a necklace and a rug over the horse half, and holding like sort of a like a what's the word, like a gyroscopic sort of trinket
An
sphere.
astrolabe.
Yeah, sure, something along those lines.
One of those
And-
globes that has magnets on either end, so it floats
Yes,
in the middle
exactly.
of it.
And he says, "Oh, Captain, I found the one thing I'm gonna take from the pile." And just starts walking away.
Kestis is a
Now-
liar.
I'm not going to say. Now, I will. Looking at you, you went down there
Emphasizing
with
his point.
not a
Kestis
very few
steals
things.
things. I got the one thing. See?
He did literally just lie, saying, "I have the one thing." Came up with a rug. So there was like 2 things or like 4 things. But
You
How
know what,
many do you
Captain?
think?
You're right. There are 2 things, and I put the rug back on the deck, and I keep walking.
I was about to give you a flying rug, but whatever.
I already knew it wasn't magical. I know you weren't gonna do that.
And he's a liar too.
Everybody's like,
DM. There's a difference.
That's his job.
Oh, one thing I do actually grab from down there is a satchel. Just like a very basic shoulder bag.
Not saddlebags?
No. We're leaning into the humanity of it all.
That's fair. That's
So
fair.
you wear like man bag stuff?
Yeah.
Crossbody?
Tuck my fancy new globe in there.
Feel like... Yeah, you should. It's a waste.
It's a lot
not
of-
to yeah, but it's a waste. You can
It's
do
not good
it.
for your back.
Oh, it's great.
Unless I'm gonna have a rider, it's not really worth.
I mean, I just want to see a centaur with a fanny pack.
I just don't think it's smart to be a half man, half horse and not be able to reach all the parts.
Well, if you want to use your one item that we're all gonna take from downstairs to get me saddlebags, then feel free. I wanted to
just
use it
think
to get to have a bag that I could get to.
Honey, I just think in the future.
You're Connie.
Oh, whatever.
Is saddlebags
been
technically?
a-
He's been at
belt
sea
or
for far
pants?
too long.
He's having existential crises every other day at this point. He is no longer Connie. Secret for the audience, and no one else. Connie has disassociated from himself. It is only to survive that he keeps answering to that name.
So you're saying he like looks back every once in a while and sees a horse's butt following him and he freaks out?
No, Connie.
No, Connie.
Oh, okay.
We're all doing
We've
it.
all lost
We're
the
all
plot
doing
here.
it now.
I'd like to go down and see what's there.
Okay.
First of all, I would like to know: are there any names or stamps on the boxes indicating who they were destined for? Is there a BOL? You know, is there a bill of lading to go along?
There
with
is
this
a
cargo?
symbol.
Bill of lading? Is this from your new job?
There is a symbol.
It's a pirate ship.
There's a symbol on the crates.
Is it familiar?
Make a history check.
History. Oh
The
shit! I'm actually
freaking
good at that. I
symbol of
think.
the Brava household. Oh no.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Correct.
Not that it's gonna matter.
With a unnatural 20, you recall a name. You don't know much about this, but you know it's it's a very noble house over on the other side of the continent. It's House Aurelius.
Is that back where we are from as well?
No. House Aurelius is one of the noble houses in the Brasslands, you think.
Is there any other information that I could garner based on this? Or is it just House Aurelius?
You know that there are noble houses that reside, and last you knew were kind of the leadership of the Brasslands. Whether or not they still are is up for debate, but you just know that this was one. I mean, there's probably 3 or 4 houses, and you know that this was one of them, but that's all you know. You just see this and you're like, oh yeah, that's one of those noble houses back in. It's not. You've done no research, no in depth on them because they're not even on the continent.
I'll keep that in my mind. Ask Zook later because he has the biggest brain of us all.
Sure.
Sometimes.
Is there anything that could function as simple armor, like light armor?
I will say,
If not, I want bat supplies.
go ahead and roll a.
Is that armor or bath supply? Fair.
Trying to think. Go ahead and roll a investigation check for me to see if we can find any kind of
That's
armaments.
very much like why you would go to the Ren Fest too, right? I'm either gonna find some cool armor or some bath supplies.
That's actually 100% why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
15.
I would say yes. You do find a set of leather. You find a leather cuirass that you think could be
I know.
kind of retrofitted into something that would work for you.
Oh yeah.
But it's. I mean, it'd take a little time. It's
Queer Eye
for
the queer ass.
no a cuirass. It's a.
Yeah, I know. You're retrofitting
I'm
it. You're
Googling
redesigning
it.
You're queer eye.
Queer eyeing the queer ass.
Queer, Coming this fall to Netflix.
You can't put that into Google.
Not like that. Not like that. Not like that. Michelle.
You
Not
can't
like
Google queer ass.
That. Not like
On this, the fourth day of Pride Month. Unbelievable.
Or as our kicker would call it, June. Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Inspiration.
I can't do that.
Okay. All right. And I did get a brush and some soap, didn't I?
Yes,
I
there
did.
is a plethora of hygienic things down here.
Oh my gosh, I'm taking a plethora.
You may
the
take a
whole
you can take a
plethora
plethora.
is one item.
Rusa, I've smelled you. You don't use soap, so I'll go ahead and I'll take this.
Well, that's not like the purpose of all of this. It's to bring it back so that we sell it, so that we're then a pirate ship full of money.
All right.
So that I look like a pirate ship.
You have the best.
Because right now I don't look like a pirate ship.
Well,
because we don't have a lot of stuff.
It's going to look like you don't take care of your crew if I don't brush my hair and smell decent. And that'll give people a bad perception.
Well, that's true, but like, quick question for you all. How many pirate ships have you seen where the people come off the ship and they look neat and orderly?
But that's what I'm saying. We could be the first ones.
How many pirate ships have
I'm not a
come
Sort
to
of
the orderly
a
pirate
gentleman
ship
pirate
offer?
situation.
None.
You could also have stopped that question at how many pirate ships have you seen, and it would have been the same answer.
We haven't.
Well, I don't know you all.
I've never been on a pirate ship until yesterday.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
It's a new life.
I've got hooves. I'm not really great on the water, but I'm trying my best.
You swim pretty good. We got a lot of chances to see you in action.
Does that sound like
It
any
helps
of your
that
guys'
sometimes I
car
can turn
alarm,
into a
by
shark,
the
you
way?
know?
Car alarm going off. Can't figure out who it is though.
Doesn't sound familiar? No? All right.
No
I don't
idea.
listen to
I've
my
never
car alarm
had
very
a
often.
car new enough to have an alarm. No, I
That's
did
fair.
that one
That's
time
fair.
for 3 weeks, and then it got
I don't
smashed.
know
Then it
what
gets
my car
squished.
alarm sounds like, so.
All right. Okay.
Maybe we should all go out and start our car alarms.
No,
How
it's
do you
See if
stop
they'll be in
it?
harmony.
Well, what do you call that? What do you call that
Lock button?
when
Yeah,
phasing?
it should turn it off.
When the different rhythms all like.
If yours reaches up here.
That's fun.
yours beeped your
Mine's
phone.
with my windshield
That's
wipers.
cool.
I heard it.
Oh,
Like
Good
songs.
distance.
Sponsored by the Kia
Okay.
Sorento.
Anyway.
there's that
Are
really
you
fun part
guys-
where you get like the triplet when things are phasing, and it's like. Da-da-da. I don't know about that.
He's good.
Is it? Can we sail to land now?
Oh, that's what we're, like,
I've
doing.
gotten so shaky. I've
It's like a
forgotten
day's
what it feels like.
travel. So it's like we still have
Okay.
one more night on the sea.
I just miss dirt quite a bit. I'm sort of sick of
Did you
metal
not-
and then wood and then water.
Well, it'll be all over soon.
Hey, if we keep riding on this pirate ship, we could get some dirt to keep on the ship, so that like you could get some dirt time. Would that make you?
I don't know if that would do the same thing or not, because what I think what I really miss is the ground not moving underneath my feet. And it's been a few months since we've experienced that. But maybe some dirt might help. I don't want to just assume that we're allowed to cover your ship in dirt. That doesn't seem.
That wouldn't be like super nice.
Yeah, it doesn't seem the most
Mainly
reasonable
because
thing we
I
could
don't
do.
think it would be dirt for long. I think it would turn into mud fairly quickly.
And also, we met yesterday, so that seems
It's
sort
also
of
true.
imposing of us.
I barely know any of you.
I think.
But
we
just
could
based on
figure out
first
a way to
impressions, do
make
you
it
like
work.
us?
You aren't terrible.
I'll take it.
Not the worst people I've ever met.
Just wait until we bathe.
Oh, were we bathing?
I have soaps.
So at most, everyone is kind of just a little bit more intrusive than I've ever met. Because usually most pirates or people that go out on the sea are usually like, oh, I don't care. We're just going to get money, and then we're going to get to the land. And I
Sort
did
of a
tell
crew
you
full
all,
of
hey, we're
lone
going
wolves.
to the place that is going to be open for all of you, and apparently connects to one of the people in your party, and then everyone's still been like, "Oh, what's the deal with all of this?"
Yeah, man. Now let me be real with you. You really our paths kind of intersected at a really interesting time in our lives together. So you're getting us like full tilt, baby.
It's been quite a while since we've interacted with someone who's
Not stabbing us.
who's seen the sun.
Well, I usually don't just stab people outright.
Most people don't, as I recall.
True. I also
Remember that one guy
do
from
like
the
the
void?
idea of the gentlemen pirates, because I didn't go about killing any of them. I didn't kill any of them. It was actually one of your party members that actually killed one of the men, which I thought
Yeah,
was
I did
interesting.
sort of hit that man with moonlightning, and I'm very apologetic.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be just knocking people out, but he went and shocked a man to death, and I went, okay, that's just how this is, I guess.
One thing I've learned with speaking with Barrios over the last handful of months, the moon is sort of unpredictable sometimes. And so while we can sometimes be the beneficiaries of her grace and her radiance, it is also occasionally true that her will supersedes our own. And so every once in a while you try to knock someone out with a small storm, and then you fry them to a crisp.
I will.
I've never loved you more than I do right now.
My son.
Let's play past the Barrios.
It's kind of what we're doing.
My baby boy.
I will also say that generally it does seem that when we are engaged as a group in a large fracas, that frequently one of our members will accidentally murder a person instead of just like taking them out a little. I think it's a numbers game personally. It's the more targets, the more opportunities to accidentally kill someone.
True. It gets a little bit more stressful as well. A lot of people that want to hurt you more.
Exactly. You forget to pull your punches.
I never do it on purpose.
No. So some of these guys are devastatingly strong too.
I do appreciate that it was on accident.
Oh,
That happened the first day I met all of these people.
I don't know that any of
someone
us has
died?
intentionally killed
it was
anyone.
an accident, but
Oh, of course. You've never. Ruza, I would say just a bit of maybe a word to the wise. When you go and sell this, you might think about scrubbing the brand off the side of the crates.
And why is that?
Because this cargo was destined for House Aurelius. And I don't know if, I don't know.
Does that name ring any bells to me?
Aurelius?
Yeah,
Yeah. This is the name of the guy you just robbed.
that's true.
You don't care.
Yeah.
He just robs, doesn't care about names.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're going to sell this stuff anyway, so those crates are not going to, crates are going to be out of your hair.
Listen, I will tell you, she is right. I mean, you want to scrub the evidence of like where the original ownership belonged. Anytime you're selling fenced goods.
That's just good crime, I've heard.
Yeah. Maybe we could actually work together pretty well. I mean, it sounds like you know a lot about piracy, but you don't know a lot about like petty criminality.
No, not usually.
Huh.
I don't go about like just stealing little things. I like sinking ships.
Maybe
That's
this
a lot of fun.
This is the partnership we could strike to make, our portion of the booty worthwhile. We can get you a higher price by making sure the goods are more desirable.
I'm not opposed. So all you're doing is just scrubbing the symbols off?
Basically making it so it can't be traced back to House Aurelius.
Yeah.
Which I think
Washing
is
it, if
wise.
you will.
All right.
But then there's also tricks, like you don't just roll up into a market and start trying to sell this kind of stuff. There are people who will pay more than other people. There are people who specialize in certain items. Like valuable, what's down there?
oh, there's like dishes and there's trinkets and there's clothes and there's weapons and there's armor and
Good
there's,
quality?
Yeah, pretty fancy stuff.
So you don't want to just sell that at a market, right?
Well,
You want-
obviously.
Oh, right, obviously.
I think you're towing
knew
a
that.
Well, I mean,
fine
you wouldn't sell it to
line.
just like anyone.
Well, I wouldn't. That's true.
You'd sell it to the people who sell that stuff.
Sure. Now you're getting it. I knew you could learn a lot from us.
Well, don't flatter me too much.
Okay.
Dude.
No problem.
This is wonderful. Do you guys have a place you want to go now, or
We're
you just
going to
want
the land. I thought we were already going to the land.
No,
It's a
Connie
day
wants to have a
out.
conversation with this guy.
Yeah,
To
keep
me,
going. That's
in
fine.
private.
Then just
In
Hey,
private.
Yeah, you think we could like have a little chat? Maybe I could. You
Right
could
now?
tell me some more about what you know about being a petty criminal.
Well, I thought we just figured out that didn't really happen. That I'm more like the pirate side, and then you guys were going to be the petty criminal side, and...
Yeah, I was trying to be kind.
All right, let's take a little bit of a walk.
Okay, let's walk and talk. Do you
Yeah,
walk or
take
do you
like-
slither?
I walk. I'm a bipedal creature.
Oh, that's right. I thought you were a snake at first.
I'm not like a full snake.
Connie takes a whiff.
okay.
What does a snake smell like? The internet said they don't really smell like
Watermelon, cottonmouths. Like there's some snakes that smell kind of like watermelon or cucumber. So if you smell cucumber and like there's no cucumbers around, you know like there's a snake nearby.
Okay.
There
Or
you
you're
go.
having a stroke.
Ruza smells
the other.
like the sun.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It does?
Sunny.
If you've ever smelled an article of clothing or something that's been left out in the sun for a long time, that's what he smells
Yeah,
like.
or like
you
your
ever smelled
skin after you go like lay out.
Yeah. You
I only
smell
know
like
about the moon,
outside.
so sorry.
My bad.
Understandable.
We're
know-
not.
I know
I don't
that
think we're
smell.
big on the
Love that
sun.
smell.
I'm gonna let him answer that question. We'll let you guys have that conversation next time when he's here.
We'll get to that later. That hard hitting info.
Yeah, just do we like the sun? Do we know? I'd be interested to see what he says about that.
So listen, snake guy.
I go by Ruza.
Listen, Ruza. I'm really interested in working with you here, but like, listen, me and my folks, we've been kind of done dirty a lot lately, and you know, as you've seen, some of us can get a little jumpy when pushed a little too far. And I just want to make sure that everyone's got a good head on their shoulders. Like everyone is in a good headspace, trusts everyone.
Definitely, I understand.
Well, I know you've been lying to us about your motivations for doing certain things, and there's no need for that, really. I mean, we've told you we've escaped from the world's most secure prison. We're not goody two shoes. We're not narcs. You can just tell us what you're up to, and we can maybe help you if we knew exactly what you had going on. You know, maybe we can help you more than if we're kept in the dark.
Wow, well, I mean, pirates do what pirates must do, right? Which is, I mean, I guess not must do, but wants to do. Which is plunder ships and steal bounties and stuff like that.
So you're saying what you're keeping from us is that you just plunder ships for fun?
Yeah. I mean, it's like partial fun, partial, well, we need to get money and stuff.
Right,
so
right,
we can
but-
keep the pirate thing going.
There's no deeper, darker secret. You just like...
No.
So you were literally just trying to excuse your behavior by saying that he owed you?
Well, I mean, it wasn't like completely false. It was just like, we sprinkle in lies here and there.
Okay, well, you don't need to do that. It gets Rabbit Boy's hackles up, and we do not want Rabbit Boy's hackles up, because you'll end up with a bolt through the head in a heartbeat, and we don't want that. That's not a threat. That is literally not a threat. That is me. Literally, he's kooky.
Well, I could tell. His
Okay.
eye is kind of like a little strange, so I can't tell if he's like looking at me all the time or if there's like something off.
It's hard to look away, isn't it?
It's very much it.
They look.
Which is very distracting whenever I'm trying to court like a like a little bit of navigate. Like I'm trying to figure out where we're supposed to go, and then he's like right in my peripheral, and I'm like, oh well, and now I can't focus because this rabbit boy.
Hey, no, sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. I think there might be rats on him.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Wyatt notices them kind of like glancing periodically at him, and he's just like, eh, and his eyes kind of just crooked.
I just
Like
imagine
there,
like
like there. I
shaking
can't
back
tell.
like a marble.
Yeah,
in
it just
glass.
shakes it back
Yeah.
and straightens up.
Can't tell what is going on there, or even if it's a fake eye. Is that real? Is that his actual eye?
Oh, I mean, I've poked it one time while he was asleep. That lid doesn't close.
Just stays open all the time.
It feels real. A little calloused.
You definitely have some characters following along with you,
Okay.
but it makes the trip a little
Alright,
bit more fun.
I just want to put this to bed. Does Connie believe this guy?
Make an insight check.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
And that one.
Wow.
100%.
No, I will say this. I'll let you roll again, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Nat 20.
Really? Wow.
That's crazy.
And the dice balance. So I would say, because you are, as he's talking to you, you have a sudden realization. He is exactly like many, many people in the family. You do what you do. You justify why you do it. And at the end of the day, as long as it benefits you and those around you, what's the worry? So while, yeah, he may have just robbed a poor nobleman who was just enjoying a day on the ocean, he did it because he felt he was owed. And you can understand that, kind of respect it, but also it makes you aware that he's a pirate. Their loyalties lie in self-preservation and in
Booty.
and in being in benefiting themselves. So it's something to keep an eye on, but at least he's let you know, like, yeah, I robbed him. That's what I do.
So can I ask him a question?
Sure.
Out of character.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Did
out of
you?
character.
Yeah, and you tell me the truth. So did he? He did play cards with this guy. He just lost to him and decided he wanted to take his shit. Or is that all made up? Like I'm trying to gauge.
No,
I wanna know
absolutely.
the level
Absolutely.
Of lie. Like, is it completely nonsensical, or is he like exaggerating truth?
The cards thing is not real.
Okay. But you knew this guy before, and you did target him specifically for a reason. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
That's, yeah, I'd say that with a nat 20, that is something that's very
Oh, yeah.
easy to ascertain.
So I might not
Kinda
have
can't
gotten
just
a lot of truth, but I have a better understanding.
You have an understanding of what
Okay.
was real and what was
I'm
not
gonna
real.
do that now. Add a game. What's your deepest, darkest secrets? Nat 20.
That's not, no.
He bought some umeshu.
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 After a day's worth of travel, you all wake up the following day to find yourself moving towards land for the very first time. And you can see that it is... you guys see, as you guys approach, the Emerald Vale is what the crew call it. This sprawling, massive green landmass in a seemingly endless ocean of blue. You can see clouds rolling off of a mountain that soars above the cloud tops, and you can watch as almost like waves and an ocean itself, clouds rolling off of it and into these lush forests that spread for seemingly miles and miles. That is the mainland of the Emerald Vale, and you can see dotting around the sides of it on your peripheries islands, dozens if not more islands all scattered throughout this place. In fact, as the day progresses, the Serpent's Cry has to maneuver a few different times to avoid these small patches of land where, as you guys go by them, even from a distance, you can see many are inhabited by tiny villages with people fishing and people in their little boats and kayaks moving in and
tiny,
around.
but I'm thinking like real. They're real.
Yeah, little mini people.
Yeah, it's not many people, but from your distance, it's many people. But it's small villages of maybe 2-3 buildings apiece.
I'm not letting you
But
change
what catches your eye as you guys approach, and I would say about midday as you get to this point, is the dock city of the port city of Gaabanuvah. And this city does not exist on the land. Yes, there are probably 2 old buildings that you can see kind of tower up on a cliffside. Very early South American style of like the geometric kind of ziggurat style buildings. Ooh. The rest of the town floats out into the bay or this gulf that kind of encompasses it on pontoons and floating devices. It just has this perpetual kind of shift and flow of bustling city, chocked full, and it stretches for probably 2 or 3 miles to either side. But docks spread out from it like these long kind of tendrils, and you see hundreds of ships docked here of all shapes and sizes, sails blowing in the breeze, flags flapping, birds in the thousands circling in the air above, and the sound.
Better bring a parasol. Hey,
the sound of life and
They don't poop.
a booming economy lays before you in the floating city of Gaabanuvah.
Drew's never leaving. I don't know what Connie's gonna do, but Drew, this is where Drew lives now.
It's like better Florida.
Yeah.
That's why you're so drawn to it.
But nevertheless, the Serpent's Cry docks at one of the many ports, is immediately attended to by several dockhands, people of various races and species, but all dressed in a very similar kind of red and white attire, like a red top with white pants. All dockhands, and they immediately attend to anything that your ship needs. They begin to help offload your cargo and set it up on the dock for you. And whatever you need, they can provide. But the city is yours to do with whatever you want.
So these outfits, this dressing convention, is it like all identical, or are they all riffing and like making it their own?
I would say that it is all identical in the sense that like it was once a uniform of some kind, but everyone has made their own versions of it. So there might be
Everybody got the jean jacket, but we're putting different patches.
Yeah.
There is
super
a
consistent. But
yeah. There's an orc. There's a half orc fellow who wears the white pants that are cuffed up almost to his knees, and the shirt is actually kind of tied around his waist, keeping his chest bare. There is another what looks to be maybe like a halfling or a gnome who kind of wears the red kind of tied around their head in kind of like a bandana of some kind, and wears the pants long. Like it maybe was a uniform of some kind, but it all seems to kind of denote the fact that they are indeed working on the deck. And you can see that each and every one of them in some way, shape, or form has a chain with a very simple emblem embedded in it, which looks to just be the peak of a mountain with something almost like a small gem embedded near the top of the peak of the mountain, and it's just set in this kind of circular emblem, and all of them wear it in some form or fashion, maybe braided into their hair or around their neck or around their wrist or something, but it seems like that gives them is their identification of being workers of the docks.
So are they like in a cult or
No.
a union?
A guild.
A guild. Yeah, a union.
A union, yeah.
That's what
Basically.
kind of calls guilds. Unions. Okay.
And I will speak on Zook's behalf here, but Zook can explain to you that they are part of the Emerald Guild, which is the largest association of traders and workers within the entirety of Emerald Vale. Stretches across all 3 of the major port cities.
Really nice people.
Are they just dock workers, or is it all sorts of tradesmen?
Everything.
Powerful guild, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty powerful. I was part of it for a little bit growing up.
You were part of it. Were you doing work on these docks? Or what were you doing? Docks doesn't seem right for you.
No, I did a little bit of dock work, but yeah, mostly just helping out at the wizardry school that I was at,
That sounds
doing
lovely.
some maintenance and stuff. It all happens to be part of the guild, so yeah, I have my own little red uniform at a time.
Yeah. How long do you have to be a part of the guild to be vested? Do they pay retirement? I'm thinking long term.
I hear you. You're making future plans. Yeah.
Oh, to be like vested in the
Yeah,
guild?
Yeah. At what time? At what point do I get
Gosh, let me pull
Yeah,
up my
like
notes
what-
about
like-
a guild that I have totally
We're talking like
thought and fleshed out
Calvin,
here.
Calvin, I'm joking.
Like,
Don't-
Nope, I'm already
I
figuring
say
it
10
out.
years
Calvin,
technically.
you're not even typing.
Usually 7, isn't it?
Types like a Muppet.
I'm pretty sure 10 years like 7.
That sounds good.
Sure.
7.
Yeah, it's been
Sure.
about. It's
I
gone
don't
up
know
a
where
little
I've
bit.
heard that, but I've heard at least
Feels
in the
right.
educational system, I've heard that 10 years 7.
It's gone up a little bit in recent years because once people see the Emerald Vale, they don't want to leave. So
Oh
it's,
yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Got a lot of people trying to be a part of that guild, huh?
Mhm. Wouldn't say-
Kestis.
Yeah, wouldn't say it's hard to be a part of it, but the qualifications have gone up a little bit.
Yeah,
Are
no.
you ready to run? I just imagine you just like prancing around, like waiting to have the zoomies.
Yeah, Kestis, while this conversation has been happening, has just been standing at the front of the ship, like staring sort of 1,000-yard at just solid ground.
Like Hugh when we get within a half a mile of home.
And like it's like not even like excited running around the car anymore. It's just like, there it is. It's over there. That's where I live.
You should go to Nuva Beach. There's a lot of running room over there.
Which direction should I turn immediately off the boat to get there?
Just go that way.
Okay. Just standing at the bow of the ship.
You'll see signs for
Connie
it.
is like,
You guys are docked. If you want to go, you can.
You're
It
You're
ca-
gone.
Connie's
cast
nowhere
freedom
near
of
Kes-
movement, just gone.
No one can stop me. running like the police officer in Cloud Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah, the top half is doing that.
Yeah,
while
top
the-
half is just pumping,
The bottom half is majestically galloping.
majestically galloping. I love it.
Yeah, of genuinely casting both freedom of movement and haste, so that crowds in the way and difficult terrain do not slow me down, and I'm as fast as I've ever been, and just off the boat onto solid ground.
Yeah.
Rosa will be over there. You would come
Sounds good. Well, I mean, we have to unload like a little bit and find out where all these need to go, and
back. Oh, you
there's
probably
a
need
little
you.
bit of business that I must do before I'm like completely free.
Okay. Well, what can we do to get it done?
Yeah, we can
Expedite
help you
this.
quick.
Well, I mean,
You
like,
can let me expedite it for you.
Expedite
Question:
it.
Can Connie?
Yes.
Can Connie cast?
That's a great question.
Can Connie cast?
Can he cast? What is
Cast,
it called?
Connie, cast.
Chromecast.
You know, the one where no one can see.
Pass without a trace.
Pass without a trace. Like he's wanting to just be unnoticed.
Yeah, we've
Not
argued this
like-
before. You blend in. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He just does not want anyone to remember his presence.
I'm still quite curious about a friend over here. So Wyatt's also going to cast Hunter's Mark and on
Riza?
Riza, and
I like that.
so that if he goes somewhere, I'm gonna kind of tail him.
Have an easier time keeping track of them.
Boy. That's kind of cool.
I like that.
That's a good idea. And I'll cast Hunter's Mark on you. I don't have it. But
Just like a trail of like we're all sneaking around, following each other, but nobody knows.
in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. you know.
Yeah, Rusa is actually also following Nell.
It's like that one meme of the people sitting in like the pews, and it's the gun behind, and
The
the gun
sniper
behind,
up
and the sniper up in the rail.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
But it's
Sleight of
Ruse at
hand?
the very front, and then Ruse at the very back.
You guys' memes are
He's actually looking at a computer monitor that controls an automated gun back here.
12.
12. What is your passive perception?
Let me check. That is a good question. My passive perception?
Yep.
14.
You notice him cast it.
I don't do anything about it.
Okay.
I look
But you
over
are
at
aware.
Connie and I just go,
What's funny is that the component is verbal, so I imagine why it goes, I'm going to keep an eye on him, and doesn't think he heard him. I'm going to watch him very closely.
I'm watching
Okay.
you, Snake Boy.
All right.
I'm watching you, Snake Boy.
Hunter's Mark. What did you say?
Nothing. I gotta go.
I said I would
I said
turtle
runner's mark. Look at him go.
I said on your mark, get set, go. I jumped the gun on me.
Look at Kestis take off.
All right, so for the sake of expediency,
Yep.
you are going to offload your cargo. Go ahead and roll just a d20 for me.
I'll help him.
4.
Okay. You
4 years later.
you offload your materials. It is distributed where it needs to go. Money is bequeathed to you. You pay off what you need to pay off, and you receive
20% more than we were going to.
you receive 14 with everything all said and done. You get about 14 1,400 platinum pieces
Okay.
to which you can then do with whatever you want. That is yours.
Oh my God.
No one else is aware that you have it.
Yep.
Except
In
for
my
the guy,
heart, I'm
except for
aware.
the guy watching him.
You know where he goes.
I don't see him get handed. I mean, can I make?
Okay, we're doing this now. All right, so okay. It lasts for
You
an hour.
literally do get
I mean,
to say
would it be-
no because I said so.
You have.
I mean, technically, if you were watching the entire time, it would just be you see probably a fairly sized box that's handed, and I
Yeah.
open it and I go, and then I shut the box. I carry it with me.
Yeah, I would say he did.
Filled
You
with
Can I make it?
tinfoil.
I mean, would I, depending on an angle, would I see potentially what's in the box when he opens it?
yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. I will go ahead and let you combat it with a sleight of hand
You're too young.
because you are aware of this.
Yeah.
Dang.
Sleight of hand.
It's actually only a 12.
Okay,
That was a failed roll.
15.
15.
I
All right.
rolled a 12.
So you okay? So yeah.
Somehow I
So
have a +9, and
and
I
you
lost
rolled.
that roll.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some. All right. So you are you keep an eye on him. You being aware of the fact that he is tracking you are very. You lift it up. Go. All right. Close it.
I would say
In the theater, bro.
I show some. Like I
You show a
try-
couple?
Yeah, like
Okay.
I try to show like not like the full thing, but
Sure.
let them know that. I mean, it's like it's some money. Just know.
Yeah,
that
you
it's
lift
not
up.
like-
You got a couple coins. Put it back in.
like,
All right. So yeah, you are made aware. Yeah, the fact that you are aware that he's doing this gives you credence to the fact that you can kind of bluff a little bit about it. So, but yeah, so that's the amount that you are given, and you're good to go there. As you guys spend the day running across the beach in horse fashion. Very beautiful sun behind you, camera rolling right past you.
If anybody could keep up.
I mean, someone could have ridden you.
So as you're riding, actually not far behind you, dun 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 dun. He's coming right behind you. Yeah, because you're a monk, you can run fast.
Oh, okay. Is that what I just did?
Coming to the beach.
I don't know, dude. I was just making.
Fun. Hey, all right.
True.
That
You are very
as soon as
fast.
the thing was unloaded, that transaction was left.
And
Connie
fun-
made
and
a
fun fact, you're
beeline
actually-
very stealthily to go.
You
to
guys actually are running in slow motion because Zuka's like casting slow on you guys. So it is slow motion. Everyone else is just like, what are they doing?
Nice.
Anyhow, sorry.
the only reason I could catch you.
Okay. What is there anything anyone would like to do specifically before we get into the very obvious thing of people are going to want to go shopping for things?
Oh, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
specifically.
So shopping will happen once you distribute money, but I want to make sure there's nothing else that needs to happen before we reconvene at a agreed upon place.
Probably just the boat again.
Okay, that's fine.
Because of Zook's
I'm
deal
hungry.
with the arc, before he steps off the boat, he's gonna cast Alter Self. Just
Okay.
to make sure he doesn't
Sure.
stick out.
Oh, you can do that? Did I know that?
I've kind of forgot I had it.
Yeah, so that's the one that you cast a different form.
Yeah.
So however,
Yeah. What do you look like?
Just as plain as can be. My shell turns into like a bag, like a backpack. I just look like a normal traveler.
When you say as plain as can be,
Blend into the
You
crowd.
look like a human. Is that what you're saying?
Kind of like turtley features.
I'm out of it. I'm not gonna.
Like Dana Carvey
Dana
in Master of Disguise.
Carvey.
Yeah, like that.
Turtley enough for the Do we all know the fun
Connie
fact
does kind of
about
feel
that
a little
scene?
weird about that. Like
That he now looks like just a turtly
he's like
human.
He's like he wanted to be plain and blend in,
Uh-huh.
and
How
like
fast he wins.
he chose human.
That's what Dana
As you
Carvey
cast
looked
a
like
spell
on
to
9/11.
blend in.
Yep.
Fair.
That's the
There's
day
a
they
lot
were
of
shooting
humans
that
on the
scene.
dock.
Hey, take some of this, and he shakes off some of the pass without trace onto
Okay,
him.
that's because that's how that works. All right, so
Didn't mean to offend.
After like just a lot of running,
sure.
and like up and down the beach and probably scaring some children, I assume, just like sprinting back and forth.
Sure.
I think you're inspiring children. I don't think any child is afraid of that.
But they're not in slow mo,
So
so,
the
they're kind of
haste
confused.
wears off, and then I'm like incapable of moving for a turn.
So you're hasted and slow mo.
It's very confusing, and so I'm
The
just
magics at work are really just not.
yeah.
He's moving very quickly, but his movements are very slow.
Yeah, it's like running through blasting jelly or something like that.
Ooh,
Crazy.
So whenever all of that wears off at the same time, and my body is confused,
You're dead.
I'm gonna land near near not in the sand, but up in like the where there's a bit of plant growth, and then I'm going to cast plant growth in that area. It's not like the wildest spell in the world. Let me find it. Plant growth.
So many spells you have there.
I have 2 large spell lists to pull from. There's a lot going on.
He pulled the 2 things you can prep. He
Yeah.
pulled a cleric and a druid.
So, plant growth is basically it doesn't do anything all that exciting. The spell channels vitality into plants within a specific area. There's 2 possible uses for the spell, either immediate or long term. So if you use one action, all normal plants within a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown. And then a creature moving through it's difficult terrain. It's actually double difficult terrain. I need to remember that at some point. And so I'm just gonna like cast plant growth in this area, like make it crazy. And then while I'm sort of hanging out here catching my breath, I'm gonna cast speak with plants. I'm gonna talk to the plants I just made grow.
You just make a secret garden
Yeah.
in the middle of kind of this duney, kind of Sahara-looking spot on the beach. Immediately just very serene, very quiet, and then you can cast, speak with plants.
So I imagine it's sort of just like so many of the spells I've cast, it's sort of an accident. It's like, poof, bunch of plants. I knew I could do that, and just sort of laid down for a second and just sort of thinking I'm talking to myself, going, oh, it's been far too long since I've seen this much green. This is nice. I feel better a little bit.
It's super nice, dude.
I would
Sorry?
I like to think that they're all freaking the F out after just having been like plus.
Born.
Yeah.
Dude,
Whoa!
We
What's
don't-
going on? I don't know, man. I don't know. I just,
We don't
I just
perceive-
turned around and I was 5 times my normal.
we don't perceive emotions like you do, man.
Whoa. Are you the? Are you? Is this the? Are you? Is that the plants?
Indeed, it is, my equine brother.
Oh, cool. I hope this doesn't sound hateful. I didn't know that plants could talk.
Oh, dude, when you're one with nature, you're one with everything.
Well, this really is a. I've been on a boat and underwater for some months now.
I don't know what a boat is, but that does not sound like grass, man.
It's not grass at all. In fact, that's why I'm so happy to be here. I've been so sick of. You know about water, obviously.
Oh, dude, every plant knows about water.
You know about how some of
One
the.
that can actually see this plant like talking, or are we all just like looking over, seeing him just like talking to a plant? and
You
there's
see
a
what
bush and
is
there's nothing.
actually, because he is lying down, as most horses do when they're lying down, could be dead. You don't know.
Well, and you're pretty much engulfed yourself
Yeah.
in this thicket.
Yeah, he just
so-
kind of disappeared down the beach. You guys are like,
There
he'll
goes
be
the
back at
horse
some
boy.
point.
Do you know how like there's some water that's not great for like grass plants?
Yeah,
like you?
dude. Yeah, of course.
So do you know how much of that water there is?
I don't understand
So like
volume,
like-
as in like you guys do.
like the ground
Yeah,
that you're
dude.
on.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah,
you know how like it's bigger than the space that you take up.
yeah, for sure.
So it's actually like a lot bigger. Like this
Yeah.
this part that you are is like a tiny little like piece of a piece of a piece of a piece of the whole ground, all the way to the end of the world, right?
Well, I wouldn't say that for sure, because like that would mean that you're just talking to like a blade of grass. You're talking to like all the grass around here, dude.
Well, did you know that there's actually more water out there than there is grass?
Dude,
And
that's a terrifying thought.
I've been stuck in the water for like months, and I hate it. And it's so good to talk to some grass who gets it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, I get it, even though again, I, as being grass, I don't fully grasp the emotions that you do.
No, that's fair. I that makes sense. It's just like, it's so nice to just sort of. I haven't been on like ground that doesn't move underneath me in a long time, and so I'll take anybody who's a fan of that. To the
Well,
degree
just
that I
wiggle your hooves in there, muchacho, because we are here to stay.
just kind of shimmy into the ground a bit more. Do you have a name, Grass?
I've never been asked that question before, and frankly, I don't know if my tiny bit of sentience could comprehend having a name.
Hey, I don't think you need to have one. I was just curious.
Dude, I've been saying that.
You make a wow. I'm really glad we met each other today, Grass.
The feeling is mutual.
And I'm just gonna chat with the grass for the next 10 minutes or so.
Go for it.
Just kind of enjoy my time.
Yeah.
It's like listening to Eckhart Tolle read a book by Eckhart Tolle. That is the experience you've just cast us through.
Yeah, that's really good. It's
Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. Well, with that, with everybody given a chance to kind of stretch their legs and kind of move about, at one point you all kind of gather back together in kind of a central area near one of the main kind of thoroughfares of Gaabanuvah, where you do meet Ruza, and he provides you with what you are owed for helping him out.
And that's where we'll pick up
which
next week.
is
No, we have time for shopping.
You did.
So, thinking back through, you all helped out quite a bit. We were able to take out that pirate vessel pretty quickly. I'd say you all deserve a decent bit of pay. Wouldn't you say?
I would say that.
Now, I'm going
Yeah.
to...
What'd you have in mind?
I would like you all to hold out your hands, and I'm going to drop a bit of cash into each of all of your hands. And it's going to be a wonderful amount. Don't worry. It might even overflow out of your hands.
I have very large hands.
Are we doing this all at the same time?
Rake and Joel are standing next to you. He's like, boss, we put him into bags for make it a little easier to.
Well, that's a little boring, but okay.
All right. We thought that would make it easier for you, boss.
Well, it is, but like, I mean, it's like funnier whenever it's like I just drop the
We could
coins
pu-
in, and then sometimes they like spill out, and then we're running around for it.
Yeah, but
it's
then
fun.
like a lot of people around here, boss, and that would be like a bad idea. If all of a sudden gold just like if I drop and he flicks one onto the ground, ting 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 ting, like 3 or 4 people just jump on it. See what I mean? Like that would be bad.
That's true. All right, you did the smart plan. Here is this, and I hand each of you a bag that contains
7,000.
50 platinum pieces each.
Whoa, is that a lot?
That is
Says true.
500 gold pieces.
each.
Shit.
How much did he acquire?
Way
again?
more than that.
You don't know.
Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot.
And also
To get
for
rid of all of
I
my
forgot.
Barrios gets some, yes. I will
50
make,
gold?
yeah.
Okay.
50
500
platinum.
gold.
Oh, that's right.
Connie.
There's platinum there too.
Connie.
You can put it in platinum as well if you'd like.
If you put it in platinum, it will convert it to gold for you.
That too.
Well, I already had 515 gold, so I just like.
Just took 15 off of it.
Good call. Smart.
Yeah. When?
Listen. So I gotta follow this guy. We step aside.
Okay.
Obviously.
just
I'm not gonna do this
just
in front.
getting in front of Ruza.
Yeah.
I was following him.
Excuse me.
Please
Hey.
don't.
Bruce, I need to talk to
I
my
mean,
friend over
I
here.
could do it in front. I could do it in front of the group.
You start that. I'm like, wait, you mean Wuza? Hold on. Let's take this outside.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up telling you whatever he said anyway.
Hey. So here's the thing. I followed him, right? We did a lot of work. When it came to taking over that ship.
Yeah, I mean, most of it, yeah.
So, I mean, you would think this needs to be fair and even, right? Let's just say what he gave us. I didn't see a ton. I saw just a little bit. But that little bit, definitely, it seemed like the crate that was brought out to him was pretty big for just a little bit.
So, you're saying that he didn't give us very much compared to what he took?
I got a pretty good hunch.
Okay.
Like I said, I only saw a little bit, and I'm pretty sure that's what we got. But that's an awfully big crate for a little bit of platinum.
Well, that's good to know. So, potentially, this could be a big payday in the end for us, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I said it more so along the lines, he's got some big debts going somewhere else. Or he's keeping it all himself, one of the two. If he's keeping it himself, I don't mind figuring out a way to make our pockets a little bit more heavy. But if it's going somewhere else, he owes a lot of money.
Oh, wow. Hadn't thought of that. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Maybe we do a little more digging around.
All right.
Now, what's going on with that? We don't want to get saddled with someone else's debt or the consequences of that debt.
I mean, sounds like big trouble, and if we're hanging around with him, big trouble might be our big trouble.
Good work.
Yeah.
Connie, it feels like a whole new world has opened up. Now that Wyatt has given him a piece of information that might actually be valuable and real. What happened?
I'm trying to. She asked me a question about doing something, but I don't know. Problem is, okay. So the problem is that there's a little bit of metagaming in the fact that you all know how much he did receive, but you don't know how much he received. So when he says, "Here's 50," you have no reason to believe anything other than that.
Also, another.
That's why I
mention of currency
did it the way I did it.
Yeah, platinum is
This is more money than Kestis has seen collectively across his entire life.
It's a lot of money.
12-fold.
That's why I did it in a way of like, I didn't see much, like you said.
Yep.
But I also know that crate was a lot larger than what I saw.
Yeah.
And
So like you're saying this is
I don't know how
potentially-
much it is, but I can put 2 and 2 together that
Yeah,
this
I'm
wasn't
allowing
all
it
of
on that precedence, but also beyond that. Again, no one knows. So you going any further into it is going to continue to fringe along metagaming, and it's like. That, also, I don't want you guys to kill a player.
No.
We're making a friend.
You say hold on. You say no.
friends.
This motherfucker is itching to stab somebody.
It's been so long since I've stabbed.
No, I think
I'm
this
not planning on
conversation
killing-
has
I'm not
ended with
planning
us
on killing a
establishing
player.
that he doesn't. That he is just saying, "Hey, this
Yeah,
is an
it is-
insane
it is
amount
fine.
of money
It
that
is
I
fine.
think exists."
It is fine.
Let's put it
what
this
up with
way.
that?
It's
clear
truly
it.
fine. It's truly fine.
All right.
I'm just in your question about using Gift of Gab. You don't know anything, so you would not be able to
Yeah.
do anything.
I would say besides even the large sum.
Unless you, I would say the only way that would work is A, you were cunning enough to do that, or B, you were using modified memory to go, actually, no, you're doing this. But because you didn't say or do anything, there's no reason for you to reactively do anything about it.
Sure.
So, just so you know.
So Connie's standpoint, as far as this goes, he wouldn't let his idea is like he thought that Wyatt was saying, "Hey, there's a lot more money here. We could take it," and that's what he was like. And he was going to say,
fine.
"Absolutely not. If there's a lot of money, the guy's basically a piggy bank." And like,
It's
Sugar daddy.
absolutely fine.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fine, and
And
I'm letting it continue. I was just saying
From
it's
Wyatt's-
also
From Wyatt's standpoint, he's doing it with Connie mainly because
don't get yourself killed, Will.
he doesn't.
I'm trying not.
Wyatt doesn't remember a whole awful
got a
lot in the past,
walking
so he doesn't really
dagger
necessarily
over
understand why Connie doesn't trust him, and so he's trying to like.
Hey, again, it's totally
things.
fine. I just wanted to just also make it towards like let's not carry the information over into other areas. So,
Yeah.
but anyhow, so with your 500 gold received, you guys are more than able to
Shopping episode.
figure out what you want to
like
purchase.
Pretty Woman.
If
That's
you
exactly how I feel.
if you would like to. So, yeah, the port city is yours.
Can we just tell you what we want, or do we have to roleplay?
You're more than welcome to roleplay aspects of it if you would like. But if you are looking for specific things, I can definitely provide you with those or similar items depending on what it is and what you're looking for.
Can we roleplay this like the montage in Pretty Woman and basically most 80s and 90s movies that have shopping montages?
For sure.
Okay.
Or we're just like walking out with bags
Basically,
and stuff.
yeah.
This,
So
this,
I think first thing first, we need to find someone who can tell us where to get all the stuff we want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Bloomingdale's.
Yeah. Now they told us that, and now let's go to one of the shops with the stuff. Who wants to go first?
Who has
Do
the
I
best
know
magical thing?
the area?
Yeah, you're aware.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I would also like to kind of tag along. And
Okay, so
Absolutely.
you guys can give us basic direction, right? But then we have to have the scene where like when one of us walks up, like we've seen like multiple of us walk up and be like, "Hey, where can we find blank?" And you guys are like, "Oh, I know." And then we end up shopping. But there's that one of us comes up and is like, "Well, where do I find?" And they do a funny mime of something, like, and then you're both like looking at each other like,
It reminds
And then you
me.
have to find someone else who's a local and ask them. They have a weird reaction, and then we go find this.
I don't know if this is just my experience. If I was just like control freak as a child, but were you ever like playing pretend with somebody and you're like, no, and then you say this, and this, and then we do that.
Yeah. I
this
never
is.
did the telling. I always did the following order. So I'm really having a good
That's
day
what's
right
happening
now.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Waking up for it. I get it.
Renaissance, if you will.
So you
I can beat most of you.
you guys are given a couple different places to go. One of the if you're asking to look for a place that sells pretty much anything, you can go to
Is
just
there like a Buc-ee's style thing around
Hell
here where
no.
you walk in there and there's just like a bit of everything? I mean,
I need
Wyatt
a tire
doesn't
thumper.
need fancy
need
stuff. He
a
would buy a
tire thumper.
Buc-ee's t-shirt and just wear that.
if you go to if you're looking for just like a general store that contains most things that an adventurer would look for, you are directed to a place called the Laughing Crate, which has much of your mundane items. If you're looking for a magical place, you are directed to look for the shop of Nobel and Barnes.
Yep.
I'm gonna buck back here and say that Buc-ee's is magical.
Hey, Matt, I have a quick question for you.
I'm gonna buck back here.
Which one of your real life relatives are you role playing? Yeah, tell me, cause I know. Come
their
on,
name?
come on. It's gotten too real.
Yeah. What's the
It's gotten too
What's the
real.
last 4 digits of their social? Come on, tell us.
Okay,
We're gonna go
so
to the magic store.
Mine's
you guys
1262.
you guys are allowed
I
to.
popped Nope
Potentially
up
my
onto onto riding on the back, and we head over to the magic store.
Heading to Nobel and Barnes is it is a shop located. This shop is located actually in what is called the cliff sides, which is the 2 large buildings that have been converted into kind of like multi-purpose places for people to go on the actual shore, on the actual land itself.
a mall?
No, it's just like it's built into the side of the cliff, and so it is the place that is ideally suited for more permanent style shops. So forges are there, the stables are there, places that wouldn't benefit from being out on the water all the time. But
Town?
Yeah.
nevertheless, you can
lots of
you are directed to one rather kind of like large and wide arched door, which has it looks like there's a sign up above with like a scroll and a wand kind of crossed over each other, and stepping in you can see it is a fairly widely spaced area, and it looks like at first glance like this doesn't look like a shop, but as you're looking around you realize it's because there's actively people working on stuff in here. There are desks scattered all throughout kind of this open space where people are working together. You can see different people of different things, shopkeepers, magic users of certain kinds, all kind of working on tables. Some of them etching runes into objects, others putting together elixirs and different potions and combining them on small tables. It looks to be kind of like a place to sell and also a place to learn magic of some kind. But as you guys step in, the first thing you notice is the towering person that walks up to you wearing these very long blue and green robes. Their hair is tied up back and then up into a kind of like a bun in the back. Their very long ears, elven ears, kind of poke up through their hair, kind of giving them almost a weird alien quality. But the most alien elf you've ever seen, which is saying something because elves are all over the place, but this one is almost overly exaggerated in its elven form. But they're what's that?
Steroid elf.
Kind of like it's as if you had asked somebody to describe an elf and they over exaggerated everything about them.
Somebody drew an elf from memory.
Kind of, but less grotesque. It is still shockingly a beautiful creature, but the oddities of it make it to where it's like hard to look but hard to not stare. It is
It's like an inbred elf.
I feel like Connie knows I'm about to say something that I shouldn't say. So he's like,
but they step up and regarding you with these beautiful almond-shaped eyes that are pupilless. They are just kind of a reddish brown, and they just kind of nod to all you and welcome to Nobel and Barnes. I am Nobel, one of the proprietors of our shop. You are travelers from lands not from here. You are welcomed.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Lovely shop you've got here.
Nice to make
Thank
your
you.
acquaintance.
Do you have sort of shelves, like sort of retail look around sort of shelves? I see a lot of work benches. Is there?
Items that are for sale can be perused on this side of the shop. And they gesture over to another side where there does appear to be a very long kind of a counter where there's about 3 or 4 individuals kind of on one side of it. Most of them are wearing kind of like leather aprons and like very steampunk looking like workers. And they are talking to customers, handing them items, explaining things to them. But that seems to be an area where behind them are several kind of like like carved into the wall, stone shelves full of items. But you are allowed to peruse over there if you are looking for something of a specific type. My partner Barnes could assist you. He is a wonderful, wonderful artificer.
Oh,
Another quick question.
can you make
Um,
a cursed suit of armor?
Is there a coffee shop in this Noble and Barnes establishment? Because I know usually they have like one like in the corner.
Oh, I heard that. I heard they were getting rid of all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Buckstars isn't there anymore.
Well, that's a bit of a...
Not that I would know.
Because I'm still disguised.
Well, I don't know. I
Not that I would know what that
I'm just
is.
saying I heard. I've never been here before.
Food can be procured at the market across the street from us from Miss Stardust, if that is something you are desiring.
Give me your orders.
The
separated
Hufflewows.
Another question about a more specific item.
Oh,
do you have,
wait. Can I have your order first? I'm not.
Oh, I was more just curious about the other thing. It was...
Oh, you don't want?
I'll have the full dwarven breakfast.
Okay. Anything to eat?
Slam Grand.
Okay. Okay.
"Hey, got any turtle soup?"
What the fuck?
Weird little vegetable pellets. Check.
I would love just an apple.
And an apple. Okay, great.
Just
All right,
any
bye.
Something that grows in the ground.
Cloaks or some sort of new coat. I'm looking for a little bit of a design change, I guess you could say.
Of course. Anything specific?
Show me what you have. Just on the standby.
By the by.
On the
By
by.
the by.
Very well.
Yeah, here they're called.
And with a very smooth motion, they almost drift over to the other side of the facility and begin to present to you a couple different things. They show you. They lay out 3 cloaks. One of them is a very beautifully is a green and gold cloak with a lot of filigree kind of scrolling around it. There is one that is kind of a dark blue with what appears to be kind of silver threading in it that gives it kind of this weird kind of like winged shape on the sides, kind of like these large kind of sloping wings. And then there is another one that is a very simple one, but it has it's the very quintessential, just kind of a standard kind of blue-gray cloak with trimming along the hood and sides that is etched in kind of red runic thread. and they present all three of them and go, all of these items are infused with magical properties, if that is what you need, or if you're just looking for a mundane robe.
Oh, I definitely
Sure.
want the magical ones. Those are
Very
more
well.
interesting.
This robe, and she points to the green one, gives you the swiftness and quietness of an elf. This one, she points to the dark blue one, gives you the underwater affinity of the manta ray. And this one here, and she points this one, gives you the protection of the arcane.
The what? Oh, Drew said the
Is
what?
there more specifics on the protection of the arcane, or is it...
So, jumping out of it is a cloak of protection, which is a +1 AC and a +1 to saving throws.
That's pretty darn good.
Wyatt's turning into a Karen back here, standing in line. He's just like, move it or lose it, bud. We all got something to get.
Okay, so while you think about that, who's next?
I want to just, while we're at it, I'm going to click on another detect magic. I'm sure there's I brace myself.
Yeah.
And basically, I'm just looking for on the shelves, like, what's glowing the brightest? Like, what's going, what
best
feels
of the
like
magic.
exciting back there? So I sort of have just a little bit of insight as to what to ask about.
Okay. Yeah, this won't be a problem at all.
Look at the yellow ones, Calvin.
Yeah, just
Don't have
start
those.
with the yellow ones.
Don't have yellow.
Strictly the yellow ones, actually.
We're only pedaling in yellow and purple today.
Or Wondrous. Wondrous is also a lot of fun.
He's reading all your notes.
Listen, like everything about me, it makes it hard
to cheat at all because I can't see well.
You're right.
I don't know how to play this game. I'm too scared of getting caught to do anything bad. Yeah.
Still
The
you
focus
persist.
and pre-planning required.
That's funny.
You see
Here to
the
ask
things
the
that
hard
flash the largest there is a belt, there is a ring, and there is a box that has with velvet set with several stones.
I'm just gonna, wander up to the counter. You said there are a few
Oh yeah, there are
people here at
attendants
the
there.
counter. I'm just gonna, excuse me. I was just sort of curious. I've, recently come into a bit of funding. I've got a handful of gold pieces on me. I was wondering if there's anything of note that you might have wanted to show off today. Anything you're particularly proud of?
Oh, sir, we're proud of most of the things here here at Nobel and Barnes. It's everything we make here as our guarantee to make sure that nothing is no magic skill awry and nothing is there's no issues. But if you're looking for like fancy things, I mean, we've got a few things. We've got a beautiful set of Ioun stones that have some pretty cool qualities. We have a ring that was made quite recently by one of our more psychic minded friends, and the dwarves just brought in quite a bounty of stuff for us. So anything you're looking for in particular?
You are exactly the person I needed to speak to. You are communicating with me perfectly.
Right.
When you say a ring, what is that about? I've seen many a ring.
Oh, this ring here is the one that's specific. And he reaches out and he sets the ring, and it's just a little stone box. And he goes, "No, this was made by one of our more psychically minded aficionados from the School of Magic that's not far from here. It's one of their final projects. They've infused this ring with some sort of rare magics that when you wear it, you can you can cast some pretty powerful spells. This one, I believe, makes you let you move things with your mind.
That is quite the thing that you've gotten your hands on. That's
Aye.
interesting. Move things with your mind. I do. It's not that I'm not impressed. They're just I'm sort of a user of magic for myself, and I occasionally do that of my own will. So it may not be exactly what I'm in the market for today.
Right, you are, sure. Right, you are.
But you are exactly on the right track for what I'm hoping to come away with.
Well, thank you.
This fine morning. What you said the dwarves brought in something.
They did, sir. They brought in quite a few things. They brought in some armors, some weapons. They brought in a very fancy belt, and they're all well made and imbued with dwarven magics through and through.
Sir, you have done it again. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. From across the room, I had my eye on that belt. It looked sort of interesting. I don't know exactly why, but maybe it's just sort of a keen magical sense. I was drawn to it, and it seems like you.
Well, being a magic man yourself, I can see why you're one to have quite the eye for it. It's a couple of them over here actually, and he goes over and brings over a bunch of leather belts and lays them across. Beautifully designed with metal rivets across them, some furs lining some of them. We've got about 3 of them here, 3 or 4 of them here, and depending on what you're looking for. They might be exactly what you need.
So what's the difference between or they...
Well, if I remember correctly, each of them has the ability. Each of them was forged using different giant elements, as it were. So this one is a hill giant belt. This one is a frost giant, stone giant, and fire giant.
Well, that is interesting.
Triple belt casters, triple belt casters.
It's just wearing like bandoliers of giant belts.
To be fair, Kestis has enough waist.
There is. I've got extra
We could
weights.
stitch them together. You could make it into one big belt.
One big
And a couple girdles, that'd be great.
Cummerbund.
You could.
I hate to do this part with such a friendly face, but what are you asking for let's say for one of the belts?
Oh, well, if I remember correctly, and he grabs a quick ledger book and starts flipping through it and starts thumbing down this line after line of items. And all right, it looks to be that the hill giant belt is looking to be about 450 gold pieces. The other 3 are about 650 to 700 gold pieces, depending on which one you're looking for.
Certainly. And what would the discount be for buying more than one at once?
Oh, I don't know about that, sir. I know that they do offer a bit of a discount when you buy things in bulk, but it greatly depends on what it is you're buying and how much of it you're buying. But I've known the owners to be pretty good at providing a discount depending on if you comp stuff together.
Well, that's all right. That's encouraging, and of course, being a purveyor of magic as well, I don't need you to explain an Ioun stone to me, of course.
For sure, sir.
What are those ringing up as right now?
The Ioun stones, sir, are. Give me a second here, and he thumbs through a couple more times. The Ioun stones, sir, look to be 350 gold per stone.
50 gold, interesting. Oh, while I'm here, I was in possession at one point and seemed to have misplaced a bag with no bottom.
A bag of holding, sir.
Yes, that's
very easy to replace, sir. We make quite a few of those for most of the travelers around here. A bag of holding would cost you 55 gold.
That's wonderful. So, for example, if I were looking for a bag of holding with a belt in it,
right?
Maybe a belt that came from a fire giant is very compelling. That is very interesting. I couldn't be all that much more than 650 gold at that point, right?
For those 2 items, sir, I'm sure that could be... I'm sure that could be right around the price that could be agreed upon.
It's interesting. Obviously, you understand I don't keep all of that on my
of
person
course not,
at
sir.
any one moment, but
Nell is going to give him the extra bit that he needs. What do you need, another 150?
in theory.
So she'll wander up and go, "That was for the running. Thanks for always carrying me."
Of course. No, is there... I sort of meet you a couple steps away from the counter and say, "No, if there's anything you're looking for, we may be able to get a better deal if we
A bundle.
yeah, of course. Do you want to?
Like a Baja Biggie basket of...
Why don't I the same, just like toss you up behind here and I say, my compatriot and I were looking at possibly purchasing a couple of things. I've done some look around, but my friend here was maybe interested in...
Oh, for sure. The more the
as well.
merrier, especially when it's coming to bundling.
At this point, Connie wanders in, arms full of food and bevy.
You didn't think this through at all. They're like, "Please, no food and drink in here."
They don't care. They don't care.
And he's
Somebody's
like,
gonna get
"Hey!"
the fly. They're gonna be half muffin.
And so he's going to like everyone, passing out everything that he remembers, the closest thing he could find, like his green salad for the rabbit. So he's passing everything out, but he does say, can someone direct me to Noble or Bonds?
That over there is Noble. I don't know if I've actually identified Barnes.
Hasn't been pointed out yet. Barnes is around here somewhere. He's normally working on something at some point. He's pretty good at making magical things.
I haven't learned his name.
Okay. Well, I got some extra stuff. The people over there. What was your name?
My name, sir.
Yeah.
My name is Tobin.
Tobin. Oh,
He sounds like a toad.
one of these here. Oh, what did the shopkeeper across the way give Connie when Connie asked for the favorite item of everyone who works over there? Grease and palms.
A cronut.
Okay, Tobin.
Pastry table back there.
Oh
No, I just needed
Those are
time to
good.
figure out what it was.
Those are good.
Tobin, I think. The cronut. I think that was for you.
You were able to procure a Stardust cronut? I don't know how you
Yeah.
did that. They fly off the shelves every time she makes them.
I'm very convincing.
I-
I think
it
I
would
just happened
seem-
to be there. Oh, they put that sign out that said "hot and fresh" right now.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
Hot and
I'm so glad
fresh.
it's
you
working.
probably miss it because you're always in here.
Always working there.
Yeah.
Always working. Well, thank you, sir. I
Yeah, you
appreciate
got
it. I even
and
had...
Connie wanders off. Hey, good shopping. Connie wanders off trying to find the other two who work here. Okay. Give them their or
right.
whoever else. I don't know. He handed over some money.
Okay. All right. Now, what is it you're looking for?
I would like something. Well, two things actually. One of them, do you have a snail shell that could possibly summon snails from the Feywild? Because I lost mine recently and I never even got the chance to use it, and it was gifted to me. And I feel like this is a wondrous place that may have something like that.
I'm going to be honest with you. We don't have nothing like that right off the top of
Fox
my head. However, I will say, Mr. Barnes is very good at making pretty much anything. If anyone can make something, it's Mr. Barnes.
I don't know if it was like a sacred contract with the snails of the Feywild, though. I
don't know. I've never conversed with a snail from the Feywild.
Does it sound like something that's possible, though?
Oh, for sure. Summoning things is something that is very easy to come by, and as I said, Mr. Barnes he's an ace at making things.
Okay. All right, I'll talk to him about it. The other thing is I am very keen on protecting both myself and my compatriots.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any items that are especially good for that?
Shields and armors.
Any magical items that are especially good
Magic
for
shields
that?
and armors.
Magic shields and armors, but also like nothing for like a group. Nothing.
You don't like to cast some kind of protection on people, right?
Other than casting
Or-
a spell itself, not really.
They got rings to cast spells.
Hang on, let me see.
Oh my god.
Oh, God,
Just
sorry.
Like,
What a
okay, no,
drag.
you know what? No, Calvin, no, wait, no, Calvin, no, don't, just don't.
Dude.
Just,
Why do I even?
it's fine.
Listen.
I'm just
Listen.
kidding.
There can't just be everything in the magic shop.
There isn't everything in the magic shop. I'm trying to.
Or some
That's
kind
okay.
of bead that summons some sort
Fine,
of
you tell me what I want.
impenetrable
You
sphere
seem
of-
like a
No,
good salesman.
I'm not doing that. I want specific things. Trying to look at these tables is killing my
There's
head.
so many
There's
items
too
in this
many
world.
things.
This is my favorite part as a DM. Whenever your
Sometimes
players
there's
go,
stuff.
"Hey, can I have a magic item?" and you go, "Okay."
Yeah, for real.
Start
Unless
scrolling.
you have like a list of things already prepared, which I already do. It's just
There's
it's
a pencil
it's
of
too
penciling.
much.
Pencil of writing.
Pencil of writing.
And
never
of
runs out
erasing.
lead.
Pencil of writing and erasing.
Wow. That is magic.
I mean, I guess I could look at
This
like-
is a pen, but you can erase the
It's a
ink.
Coke Zero. It tastes like the real thing, but there's no calories. That's magic.
And your risk of cancer only increases twofold.
Hey, I've chosen to die by cigarette. What? Judge me. You don't know how you're gonna go. Sorry.
Calvin, if that's too much, maybe just something to like bump, like con, maybe to help me with con. Would that be easier,
Combo?
more straightforward? Combo?
They do have a luck stone.
Tell me about it.
Gives you a +1 to ability checks and saving throws.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
That's crazy. That's
How
a
much is
sick
it?
item.
1 billion gold.
Infinity dollars.
It's gonna be 500 even.
It's free.
500 in.
This one is 200.
Okay.
That puts us just by the numbers at about 850.
200 platinum.
And I'm back. Tell me about
doing
them
this
cloaks.
math in Kestis' brain. This puts us at about 850.
There are 3 cloaks available: Cloak of Protection, Cloak of the Manta Ray, and Cloak of the Elven Kind.
No one bought any of them.
Not yet. I've
No
been
one
looking
else
at
is.
them.
People have
Which
been
one
looking
are
at
you
them.
going for?
They have multiples.
Oh, it's Rax. Oh, I like
It's not
that.
Rax. It's just these are the ones they
No,
have
it's
available
Rax.
and
There's
can
5.
secure unless you want something specific.
Is there a clearance rack?
Which one is the coolest looking?
Defective
Which one
magic
looks the
items
coolest?
out there.
Manta.
The
The way that Calvin described it, the Manta one sounded the dopest. Because it was.
Does Connie
blue
like
and
the
wings and stuff, and it's kind of cool.
And what does the protection one do?
+1 AC, +1 to saving throws.
Tobin was an apprentice then.
That's very nice.
Cloak of Protection is
Like it ran
+1 to
through,
AC
so
and
we
saving
don't-
throws.
I've always wanted
Elven
an
kind.
elven kind, though, man. That is like,
That's like
just make me in.
Do it.
invisible.
No one will ever be able to find Connie. He hates being found.
Wearing this cloak with the hood up, perception checks are made at disadvantage, and you have advantage on stealth checks to hide. As the cloak shifts colors to camouflage, pulling the hood up or down requires an action.
Go all in.
Oh my
What are you doing,
God.
dog? Get
You
it.
That's
literally
all
become
he
invisible.
wants.
Buy 2
That's
of them, one on
Dude.
each arm.
You're literally like
One on top of the other.
Assassin's Creed.
I know. I know. Please tell me, what does that one look like?
The Elven kind one,
Yeah.
it's a green one with gold filigree.
Oh, do you have it? Do you have it in is it like a gray green, like where it's barely green? Like
It's not like a bright green; it's like a forest green.
gray green.
It's a more forest green, so like a darker green.
How much is
The cloak of Elven kind,
it? Yeah.
250.
Oh hell yes. Oh, that's a nice cloak. It's alright.
Put it in the pile.
Well, if you like this cloak, we've got one more. It's actually really nice. It was brought in this morning.
Oh yeah.
It's not quite done yet. It would take another day or two to actually make it.
We got
But
time, right?
but-
Yeah, let's just look at it, just for fun. Just for fun.
It's not made yet, but I hear Mr. Barnes is working on it. They brought in a displacer beast the other day, and I hear he's going to make a cloak out of it.
What would the nature of this cloak be?
Well, I'm
once
not an expert,
completed?
but I know when you wear the cloak, it projects an illusion that makes you appear to be standing in a place next to your actual location, causing creatures to have disability on advantage rolls against you. It take damage. The property would cease to function until the start of your next turn. The property will also be suppressed if you're incapacitated, restrained, or otherwise
This
unable
guy's
to move.
good.
But Connie, all of this is on the tag usually.
But this is it's just me spitballing. I don't know if that would be actually it, but
That'd be sick.
Let's just wait around. maybe you want to take my measurements. See, make sure that how much would something like that be? Would you know what ticket price he's gonna put on there?
Oh, for a displacer, for a cloak like that, he'd probably price it around 400 gold for that one.
But we'll put it in a stack and we might get a decent discount.
Quick question. You said there's just one of those.
I don't know if he's able to make more than one, but if he can make more than one, he probably would. If yes, I know he was making just one because he wanted to try it. But if he can make more than one, I'm sure he would.
It does sound like there are multiple people who might be interested.
Listen, if you can only make one, we both try it on, see who it fits.
See who it fits better.
See who fits better. Also, this is a random question, more of an interest to see what all you have in this store. Do you have anything that is what you would say is just interesting, like little trinkets that do, something strange or fun or, just like not like a wand or a ring. I mean, I would be looking at rings if you have a wide selection. I will look at those. But just like items, just like a magical. I don't know how to describe it other than it's just a magical item.
I understand you completely, sir. We have many wondrous items here in the shop. Bags of holding. We have various beads and boots that are also very, very fun. Some have some very crazy things. We've got little amulets and little statues that can do all kinds of strange little things as well. We've got candles and chests and all kinds of it's a menagerie of items, sir. I could probably, given some time, I could probably give you a selection if you gave me. I mean, it's like scooping in a chest and pulling stuff out.
I would love that.
Of course, I'm more than happy to procure you a little list, a short list, if it were, of those items for you.
That would be wonderful if you would be able to do so.
Of course.
Is that...
Anyone else? People are
Yeah,
standing
I'll
around,
go
please.
next. Shoot. Well, I'm looking for a handful of things. One, I'm looking for if you got any sort of like magical daggers. One, maybe two.
Absolutely, sir. We specialize in enchanting weapons of all kinds, though we don't promote violence here.
All right. Well, what kind of daggers do you have?
We've got daggers to suit any of your needs, sir. Literally any of your needs. If you want them to hit harder, if you want them to be thrown further, if you need them to have certain effects when they hit people, if you need them to go and come back to you, if you need them to disappear completely, the world is your oyster when it comes to weapons and their abilities here at Barnes and Noble.
All right. Go. Go. Give me just a second.
Bell and Barn.
And we're sued.
I said Barnes and Noble.
No,
not.
We've just uncovered some strife inside the company. There is a looming hostile takeover.
I just imagine, depending on which side you go
Oh,
to in
yeah.
the shop, it's Barnes and
And
Noble,
Nobel- or Nobel and Barnes.
Yeah, depending on which one you're talking to. Like, no, actually, I'm the one who founded this.
Yeah, I like that.
If you look at our original founding agreement, we never actually agreed on whose name goes first. So I don't know why he keeps doing that, but as long as he keeps doing that, I'm going to keep saying it my way. Okay? Mm-hmm. He said we should find a neutral name for this place.
I've been bothering with you all with all sorts of questions, but I've got a couple more if you don't mind.
No trouble at all.
For my friend's snail shell. Do you have any idea how much that would cost? A snail, if you will. Do you have any idea how much that would cost, or is that a conversation we need to have with Mr. Barnes?
Are you sure he could give you a more accurate description? But a summoning item, probably in the 100 to 200 gold pieces for something to summon.
Sure.
It's usually how they run.
And just one more follow-up question for me. Do you have any just any sort of magical focus or wand, perhaps, that just, is a general, boon to magical ability.
Maybe like a puka shell necklace. There's plenty of shells around.
If that is helpful, then possibly.
Absolutely. We definitely have wands of many kinds, depending on what you're looking for to cast out of it. We have ones that are a few uses. We have ones that are have uses that reset, and we have ones that are just simple spell casting focuses for you, giving you a little bit more of a boost to your natural arcane abilities.
That's sort of what I was thinking. Is something that make it the spells that are meant to influence would be harder to resist, or the spells that are meant to damage would do more damage. That sort of thing. Just sort of a general.
Is that what an arcane focus does?
Yeah, so that's what I've heard. I mean,
my sister's always been talking about those, and I never really understood what that was. Like, she could never give me a straight answer. So it just makes you like your stuff better.
Yeah, I mean, when I started doing magic, I just sort of found a rock with a hole in it, and that was working for me for a while. And then I felt like I didn't need it, but it's been so long since I've had something. I thought maybe there'd be something in this shop that could get me a little more focused again.
Absolutely, sir. We can provide you with. It would take a little bit of a consultation to get you tuned into what your focus would be able to hone in on, especially because there are arcanes of all shapes and sizes. But if you gave us a little bit more, if you spoke to one of our specialists, we'd give you a little more insight into what they could hone in for you.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
If someone had something that was like special to them, would that make an arcane focus easier to make if it was something that already like they kind of like had poured their
hoof trimmings or something
essence
into
it? That okay.
It greatly depends on.
I meant like the innate this.
It greatly depends
spirit.
on what their powers come from. Obviously, we can't just give you a wand with unicorn hair in it and expect a cleric to use it proficiently, because usually that power's more coming from the gods. But you give a sorcerer a bit of wild magic, a bit of fey finesse, and they can multiply and make some pretty fantastic stuff. It really greatly depends on where they pull their magics from.
So, like, if you had a druid who had an affinity for the moon, and you had I don't even know what,
like a circle of the moon druid.
Actually, no. You'd
Really?
think that, but
Yeah,
no.
I've known
I don't
quite
know.
a few circle of the moon
he's
druids.
just like fond of the moon. He and the moon seem to have some kind of like
We've got sort of a rapport.
yeah. And
It sounds like
she's
Circle
quite
of the
nice.
Moon Druid. I actually
I
knew
don't-
one who would turn himself into moon affiliated things because he loved the moon so much. He was just a druid.
No, we've just met once or twice.
And then say you
Fascinating.
had someone else who had like a deep connection with the moon and was able to manifest rocks with the essence of the moon imbued into them. Say you took
Those are
one
actually
of the-
my children. My seed, if you will.
So could you imbue your essence into his seed and then have some third party imbue their essence?
I don't know if I am qualified to continue to advise on this.
Hello, Fox God. I'm turning myself in.
Listen, I don't hear it. I don't hear the gross that you
I
hear.
don't know what's going on. But yeah, when it comes to arcane focus, we're more than willing to help you kind of hone in your magics. It takes a minute for us to create a more personalized style of that
Certainly.
kind of a thing.
Of course. It sounds like there might be, my friend and I, there might be a couple of things that we were thinking of off the shelf.
Of
and then
course,
a
of
couple of
course.
things we might need to talk to. I think maybe it makes more sense for us to have those other conversations and then maybe see what all of that comes to together.
Tell you what, and he slides a piece of parchment over and over to you guys. Write down your information here for me. I will pass it on to Mr. Barnes, and if he doesn't reach out to you today, he'll reach out to you tomorrow first thing. You all can come back here and have a conversation with him on some of your more custom items, and he can give you a final price if you all are bundled into it. It seems like all of you are part of a... Are you all an adventuring party?
We've worked together once or twice.
We've adventured.
Fascinating. Do you have a name?
Depends on the day.
Yeah, I've thrown out the menagerie a few times.
I like
but
it.
It hasn't had a lot of fanfare.
Yeah. No, I love it. The menagerie, it's great.
It's because it's where I have
Representative
animals
of the
here.
fact that we all.
I
yeah,
feel
well,
like that's also towing on someone else's intellectual property.
It is.
Yeah, Critical Role's current group is called.
They just dropped a menagerie
Oh,
group.
but we did it
It-
before that.
I know we did, but it's just hilarious to me. It's like if I ever start making that thing of
Oh
like, yeah, it's the
my
that's why I
God.
haven't advocated for it because I know for a fact their current campaign calls themselves the
I
Menagerie.
had no idea.
Are you
We did
ser-
it first.
We
you know
did
what?
it first.
We did do it
Fuck
first
you, Matt
canonically. You
Mercer.
can go back and see. I'm pretty sure we did it first, but they're also way more popular and have a much larger fan base.
Do they?
Sue them.
would
Let's
they know?
sue.
Would they know?
them.
Probably not. I don't think they cross over that much. No, I don't think they'd sue us.
No, no.
We sue them.
Do we sue them for? No, we can't do that.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, we sue
we don't have
them
the funds
for
for that.
using. We sue them because we're playing D&D.
What are you talking about?
Which
we
is
just got
not
500
our
gold
thing.
We sue them, but not for money,
$14
but for
platinum.
our spots on the show, so that we can show up and play a one.
No longer.
Holy shit.
Mercer.
No.
Or we just sue them
Our
for their dungeon.
characters. It's our characters' group name. Our characters in world sue their characters.
for IP infringement.
I will write down the one shot, and you guys can fight the current
Listen,
characters
no,
of
I
Critical
need you-
That's
Role.
kind of sick, actually.
Listen,
intellectual.
put it on our socials. Tag them and get someone to get it over to them. Our characters
Have
are
our
suing
people
your-
contact their people.
I mean, I feel like
Matt Mercer?
if we did get invited to play with them, we would get smoked.
Probably.
Well, there are at least two people in this group that famously talk about how they don't know how to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, it would go over super well.
Who's that?
So I hand the parchment and
Who else?
and I assume Feather over to Nell behind my back.
Who hands it to her unhurt servant who begins to write for her.
He doesn't know how to spell. He's not really capable. I really have to focus on him doing it.
And so we
Just
get
moving his fingers with your
our
mind.
Yeah.
our information, and then just a quick jot down. Bag of holding,
That looks hard. Just writing it yourself.
shell that can
Bullet.
summon a fey snail,
A whole bunch of them.
magical
Two fey.
arcane focus of some kind. Is there something else?
2 displacement cloaks.
Oh, the full list. Yeah, let's do everyone's list.
Two displacement cloaks. You still
Oh yeah, I'm
had
thinking we're buying.
dagger,
It's
and you
best
haven't
if we
talked
buy
to
it
the
all in
shop
bulk.
at all.
Two displacement cloaks.
Should I actually?
A magical dagger.
I'm looking for a like an armband, like a bracer of flying daggers type thing.
Oh boy.
Me too.
Bracer of
Me too.
flying
Oh
daggers.
my god.
You wanted to
Wait,
Zook-
what is that?
If it helps, Zook's
I
gonna
want
wait
it.
till he goes to the magic school to see if he can rent something there. So you have some time to.
To rent.
To rent a few things. All right.
That's a
and
really
as-
good point.
as
Why are we
the
buying? Why aren't we renting?
As the unheard servant continues to furiously
it's
jot
wizard
down
stuff, so.
these notes, that's where we will leave you all tonight, with us picking up next week with the continuation of our shopping spree, because I am horribly unorganized for this episode.
We threw so much.
so
at you.
much stuff.
That's awesome.
I will be more prepared, and then also we'll be able to let Barrios give his give what he wants.
Oh,
to.
I don't
But we'll-
know. The grass will still be growing next week, so his allergies might still prevent him from joining us.
That is very.
I'm not gonna get in
We're
on
not
this.
gonna,
I
we're not gonna
completely
get into it.
support
We're not
him.
gonna get into it. But until
Listen,
that,
my wife is giving birth right now, and I showed up.
No, it's not. No. Please don't do that.
No,
I do
I'm
not want
kidding.
Janet to hold that over my
I'm
head for the rest of my
kidding.
life. But until that day comes,
I'm
and that will come.
absolutely skipping the
Thank
birth
you all
for
so
this.
much for playing. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. This has been the Wild Magic School Bus. Good night, everybody.
Later,
Thank
losers.
you,
Night.
baby children.
Sorry,
Bye.
Jana.
We love you all.
Guys get to choose what we do.
Say Fat Thursday.
My little sister
Fat
once
Earth
made
Day.
a homemade
That's
card
good.
for my dad, but she was little and she spaced it out really poorly, so it went Fat Hers Day.
That's so good.
My friend Tanner, his name is Tanner Kraus, and one time in like the 7th grade, he signed a birthday card Tanner K, but the K was a little too close, and we're going on 15 years of calling him Tanork because of it.
Oh, Brandon Kelly once sent me an email ages ago where it was Brandon K, but he didn't put the space. So I called him Brandonk for
Brandonk, yeah.
yeah.
Brand.
Okay, let's make a
Uh,
pact.
Tanark and
Let's make a
Brandonk
pact.
would be
Do
so
your
great.
hardest to
Brandonk.
call him Brandonk.
All right.
I'm still calling him BK69. So
That's what he is in my
He's-
phone's BK69.
BK69 is in my
He
phone
is
as well.
BK69 on my phone. A less funny misspelling is my youngest sister. When they were writing out her birth certificate, my dad, who has impeccable handwriting, for some reason or another, miswrote the last letter of her name. So instead of Jovie, they typed it out as Jovia. So her real legal name is Jovia. We call her Jovi.
Hovia. It sounds
Funny.
a lot
Jovia.
better.
Yeah, that would make it. But yeah, I call her every once in a while. I'll call her Jovia, and she's like, "That's not my name." I'm like, legally,
Actually, it is.
It
you
is
can
your
go
name.
change it if you want
Sorry,
to.
sister.
that is
I didn't
that
sh-
is your name.
I'm just honoring our parents'
That's-
intention.
This is
Following what we are told to do
one
through
of
the
my
systems.
one of my best
You have to
friends.
write that like when she fills out forms.
If she ever has to fill out a
Legal
legal form,
forms?
she will have to fill out Jovia.
Nobody tell her that typically only the first 4 letters matter because it's all computerized and they're just name controls. Never.
By that
never
time, I
tell her
think
that.
either she'll figure it out
It's-
herself, or
it's
she's
so
got a
close.
couple years before she has to worry about legal documents. So I'm not worried about it.
One of my best friends, her brother is a junior, because when he was born, her dad was high, and he thought they were asking what his name was, and so he wrote his own name, and they were like, "Great, it's David Jr." Yeah, he just had a little puff in the parking lot. It was like, "This is a really stressful day. It's a little high," and they were like, "We need the name," and he's like, "David."
Yep.
David
You need my name.
And
I
they were like, "Yeah,
understand."
okay, deal. Congrats."
Oh wow.
That's
What a constant reminder of being like a mess.
Yeah, he's a lovely man. It's just
But
he
he's
was
always
he
gonna
is.
he
remember
was
when he
cool.
wasn't.
yeah. Name's June. That's
So
great.
they go by David and Dave.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Oh my god.
Is there like a time frame where you can like change it? Like do you
Like a marriage where you can just be like, it's only been a couple months. We'll just annul this
Look
instead
that
of a
up.
divorce.
You're good at research.
I'm sure that's got to
No,
be
I'm
something,
good at
right?
research.
I think
I'll
it's
look it up.
pretty easy.
You don't even have to do
Middle.
the name like the day that the kid's born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
I've known people
long
that waited a few days.
do
Yeah, I think you
have?
have like maybe
The
like
autofill for how long is Baldur's Gate was very funny.
That's so. It knows me so well.
I still haven't beaten that.
Many states.
I've been playing for
brother's beaten
250
it like
hours.
3
I'm
or
still
4
in the
times.
first act.
You're still in Act 1. There's 3 acts.
I'm still in Act 1.
Many states allow new parents 6 to 12 months to make changes on a birth certificate without requiring your court order.
Changes.
oh damn.
Okay.
Your dad just didn't care enough to look that up.
He was high.
He was high for the next year.
No, I was talking about your
It was
dad.
really stressful.
Oh, my parents would never have thought of that. They would have.
and they were also high, so
Well, it was probably one of those things that when they got the birth certificate in the mail, they went,
Wait a minute.
"What?" They didn't think about it because my dad probably assumed I can do no wrong. So why would I have mispronounced like?
All right.
I think this is a
Written it
lesson
out.
for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care in what state I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and I'll fill it out. I'll fill it out.
I'm not trusted to fill out the name.
That's what we have just said. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
that's now
feeling.
the concern.
That's what I'm feeling in my
There
heart.
might be just a
Dang it.
male flaw here.
It might be the male flaw. So I can't call them Lizard, but Liz for short.
No.
Oh, but that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. It's
Okay, I have one. I have
Liz.
one more name.
Is it
bit.
short for Elizabeth? Nope, Lizard.
I have a sister, Elizabeth, and at one point, my dad's family from St. Louis was in town, and my uncle Doug started a nickname of Lizard Breath, That was his like big bit for the whole week they were in town. I was like, haha, lizard breath.
Yeah.
And then a couple nights after they left, my grandparents were over, and we were sitting outside, and Elizabeth went inside to use the bathroom, and my mom goes, okay, it's very funny, but Elizabeth doesn't like it, so I'm not going to say it while she's here. But Doug was calling her lizard breath all week, and she was very sensitive about it, but she didn't. But I thought it was funny. I wanted to tell you. And my sister comes back outside, and my grandma goes, "Hey, lizard butt!" And she ran inside, and we didn't see her for the rest of the night. Just immediately sobbing.
So not even lizard breath, lizard butt.
One extra level. Just like lost track of what was going on. She's probably. We hadn't moved into the new house yet, so she was probably like 4 or 5.
Oh, okay. I was imagining like
yes. Yes, it would.
Like
Hey, lizard butt.
16 or something.
No.
Like,
This is a small child.
okay.
That's funny.